That's what I thought. The kid retired on his stool. Yeah, EJ Boxing Live here. The kid retired on his stool. Exactly what I said. This is the first beating he got. He sat on his stool. Telling you, he sat on his stool. I want to hear nothing, bruv. I want to hear nothing. I want to hear nothing. Billy Joe Saunders is a bloody a coward, like I said. He's a bloody chicken. He's a chicken. You know, bruv, listen. The man retired on his stool because he didn't want it. Simple as that. He didn't want it. Look at that. That's him right there, the chicken. Yep. Canelo beat it out of him, man. He beat the deluxe out of him, but good. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing. Like people want to talk, yeah. The moment the man faced any sort of adversity, he didn't want none of it, bruv. None of it. Bully beating up on women and all that shit. Yeah. You got to brack up. Let me see, Richard. Go ahead, Richard. Say your thing.
That we can't say, but anyway, well done, Canelo.
Man, I told you, bro.
Singing at the beginning, oh my God, he knows how to put on a performance. Canelo was just cool, calm,
We got cool, calm, and got Richard.
Canelo was just cool, calm, and collected. Don't get what Billy Joe done well, but
come on,
just that one punch. Boom.
Nah, he was gonna get turned over.
You know, at the end of the day, man, it was like he must have been expecting the next round would have got his backside tapped. He did okay. He did a little bit, kind of competitive, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? He coming like Daniel Dubois kind of lost. You know?
Yeah.
Whether you want to take the pain to go for the victory, but it looked like he had no intention of doing that.
Yeah. The coward saw the way out. That's what he did. Oh, the first bit of adversity. You didn't even try to fight through it. He's a coward. I told you he was gonna sit down. Round 9. Told you. He's a coward, man. Done. Billy bloody Saunders, man. He fought bum opposition, and then he looked for a way out. That's what he is. And the thing is, the corner, right? The corner for Mark Tibbs was the one who said, "Nah, that was it. But you see, the thing is that sometimes fighters said, "Nah, I'm gonna fight my way through it." But he was gonna get turned out. He was gonna get turned over. He was gonna get turned over, man. He was gonna get turned over, turned out, and that's what it was. Look at that. Listen. Canelo. I enjoyed that. I got good. Got his beating. And then get out of here. He's fraud, man. Had enough of his rubbish, man. Him and Tyson Fury had enough of their rubbish. He got smacked him up. Yeah. Smacked him up. Yeah. Yeah, they threw it. Yeah, they did. Yeah. But he didn't complain. Mark Tibbs knew what was going on. Yeah, get out. Look at him. Look at that. He's not even going to stay around for an interview. The guy's not even going to stay around for an interview. Look at this. 22 ring, all that rubbish. Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this body shot. Yeah, right in the eye. Yeah, good. Counter. Yeah, bruv. And then let's pull it on him. Come on, we're a fair shake. 22 ring. Oh, we're gonna pull out all that rubbish. Man game, all that bullshit, man. Had enough. Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah. So look at that. Pull out. Look at that. He told him you don't want it. Look at that. They waved him. Whatever, man. I don't hear no rubbish. Carl, you know better. Carl Frotch, you know better. You got your belts on the line. This is for unification. This is unification there. You're the biggest fight of your life. You shouldn't want to pull out. But I knew he would though. He quit. Yeah, he did. He quit. Nah, he quit, bro. Don't touch rubber. He quit. Whatever, man. I want to hear the rubber. I want to hear shut up, bro. You bloody spinners. You spinners. That's all you are. You're a bunch of bloody spinners, man. You want to just not tell the truth, bro. I want to hear nothing. Yeah. The link's coming. There you go. The link's coming, Dan. There you go. I want to hear nothing. Yeah, the travelers. He quit, right? That's what he did. Let's see what they're saying. What you said, Canelo said.
This was going to be a difficult fight. How difficult was
it? Yeah. Do that. Edge. What's up, Edge? What's Edge? I see you there. Let's see what the coward's saying. Let's see what the champion's saying. Everyone's in. Round 9, I called it perfectly. I should have put money. He retired on his stool. Knew it. Never coming for round 10. Coward. 1 million.
Oh, come on, man. That's a little harsh, don't
He's
you
a
think?
coward. No. He's a bruv. The undisputed championship, yeah? The first adversity you take, you get the hell out of there. And he's not even he didn't even stay in the ring to congratulate him or interview
Well, I
anything.
know he walked out of the ring, yeah. But the thing is,
he's a coward. He's a coward. Let me look at him.
but you know what though? Let me just say this: at least Kell Brook did an interview after he got his eye broken by Gennady Golovkin. And
I think Saunders
Bruh,
is ashamed, man.
Listen, he didn't do nothing to Canelo. Look at Canelo's face.
Yeah.
Barely anything.
He couldn't get his respect. He didn't have the pop and power to do it. He didn't have it.
He needed to be more aggressive with his punches.
He had no power. He got no power. Couldn't do shit.
Well, you know what though? Look, if his eye is broken, it's broken, man. I mean,
come on, man. That eye is broken. Come on, man. Stop it.
You know what it is. I think that when you haven't.
He's a coward, man.
The thing is,
when you chicken.
When you haven't been in the trenches before, and then you get that kind. It's like Dubois. When you get that kind of
it's not like the Daniel Dubois took round. Daniel Dubois took round after round.
Yeah,
after
he did.
With the eye,
yeah, he kept going.
This guy took the first thing and he was out, bro.
But look, to be honest with you, I called it the same. No matter how many rounds you went,
coward, man.
At the end of the
day, he should have. Saunders could at least try to kept it going, man. But I don't know what. Yeah, look, if his eye is broken, it's broken. But dude, it just looks bad.
What was this guy playing mind games about the ring? We want 20 we choose ring. We want to do this and this guy.
Yeah, he got what he wanted.
Get Tyson Fury ass out of here. Yeah, Tyson Fury, he gonna get his next beating as well. Tyson Fury gonna get the next beating. Trust me, AJ gonna mess him up good.
Or it could be Wilder. It could be Wilder. Either one of those two.
Wilder against Fury. Fury already beat Wilder already, man.
Well, I hear you. No. Listen. You still got that third fight lingering. I'm not saying Wilder's going to win it. I'm not saying he's going to win it. I still think he's going to lose, but you may never know. This is heavyweight boxing. That's all I'm saying.
Look, Deontay White has to get through Dillian White first before.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about what happened to Billy Joe, man. You think he's going to retire from the ring now? He's not going to fight.
I don't care about him at all. I don't like him. I don't care. That guy's bad for boxing. That guy's what you call. That's a fraud. He's a fraud.
Shout out to BG London in the chat. He said that Billy Joe did once say that he rather died than quit. Well, I mean, Billy Joe, you're a hypocrite, man. Look, man.
Travelers don't quit, right? They say travelers don't quit as well. They say travelers don't quit. Travelers would rather die than quit, didn't he? That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. But they're saying that his team threw the towel, not him.
Well, look, he said he couldn't see.
And that's
wait. If you can't see,
that's why he walks out. That's why he
can't
walks
see,
off.
man. Many fights.
Wait. Look, here. I see what you're saying, but if he says he can't see, they probably asked him, "Do you still want to continue?" He probably didn't answer the question when he asked by multiple times, "Do you want to continue?" And then Martinez just threw in the towels, like, "You know what, man? You can't. If you can't see, and you're not."
I don't know what fully happened, but from what they're saying is like they threw in the towel and Billy Joe's pissed off as to why he's walked off.
Billy told Mark Tibbs.
I don't know. I don't know what that's. But that's what they're saying.
Billy told Mark Tibbs, to throw the towel. He told him, I can't see that. And Mark Tibbs made the decision to say that was it. I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look like. I mean, he probably was upset, but he looked like he was crying in that corner.
He was upset.
Yeah, he would have come out. He's never been beat up. You know what? He never been beat up before. He never been doing that bullshit he was doing. He ain't never been beat up before.
Yeah, he got beat up in that fight. He got beaten up. Yeah, he got beaten up. He got beat up. That's the first time I ever seen.
No power. Billy Joe's only got no power. None. He hits like a bloody bruv. He's like a girl, bruv. Like, bruv, you wonder why guys didn't beat him up earlier on, bruv. He got no power. Eubank's an idiot, man. You know
Eubank gave away that fight against Saunders. He gave away that fight. He could have beaten Billy Joe.
Look at Billy Joe Saunders walking around about I would never quit. I'm never quitting. And look at him. Yeah,
you quit.
Look at his eyes. His eyes even worse, bruv. Yeah, he can see out the eye. He just didn't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, when he took that uppercut, I mean, he took a beat in that last round, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
He didn't take enough, man.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think it was a beat. I think
he took a beating. No, he took a beating in that round.
I only gave him like, I think he only won about 1 round for me on my scorecard. No more than that, bro. I never gave him no more than 1 round.
So Eddie Hearn is saying that Billy Joe said he couldn't see through that eye, and Mark Tibbs made the decision to throw the towel in. So that's basically what he was saying.
Well, look, I know, but at the same time, Martiz should have asked him, "Do you still want to continue?" And Billy didn't probably answer the question. That's why Martiz made the decision. He's like,
but you can override the fighter's decision because fighters will always say they want to fight.
Well, did Billy say he wanted to fight? Yeah, did Billy say he wanted to fight? Did he say it?
They want Caleb.
I don't know if the question was asked. I don't know if Mark Tibbs said, "Did you want to fight?" Or did he say? The question is, did Mark Tibbs say, Can you see through your eye? No, I can't see. All right, I'm throwing in the towel. Or did he ask him, did he want to fight? Continue to fight. There's a difference.
This is boxing, Edge. This is boxing, bro. You fight through adversity. Everyone knows how it is, bro.
Yeah, if your coach throws in the towel, what can you do?
Bullshit, man.
Wait. Kell Brook fought 3 straight rounds with a broken eye against Gennady Golovkin. I mean, come on, man.
But his corner threw in the towel.
Yeah, but didn't they? Yeah, they did, but he kept going.
But Brook wanted to fight more, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't have any control over it. He didn't have any control over it, did he?
Billy Joe Saunders quit in the stool. He quit in the stool, man. That's what he did. He quit. He quit, bro. There was none of that. There was no smoke, bro. I got no sympathy.
I think he told Mark Tibbs to throw in the towel, man. I really think he did, man, because that was bizarre, right there.
Canelo was beating him up to the body, yeah. Canelo was setting him up to the body, and and then when he brings his hand down, one body shot at him, his hand went down, and then that's why he got hit in the head, because when he was covering his body and he changed it to an uppercut instead of a hook, he changed the uppercut.
Yeah, because he was expecting the body shot.
That caught him, and see, Billy had no power to keep him off. That little flicking, he had no power. And when he threw his big left, Canelo slipped. See, Canelo's more elusive than he fought. You know what I mean? He was more elusive, and his power was right. Every time Canelo threw a punch, you could hear it. It's like, I don't know. And then I listened to the commentary. I was like, "What are you watching?" And this is the power sport. Yeah, he fights like a bloody amateur, right? Canelo hits like a grown ass man. Every time he hit him, you could hear the punches bouncing off the man's body. When Mark Tibbs, I'm looking at the Mark Tibbs corner. He tried to look at the eye. He grabbed the eye. You can see, he can barely see through the eye. You know what's gonna happen, and he's not hitting him hard. It makes the right decision.
Yeah, you're not giving him. Yeah, he can't get his respect. You can't get the man's respect. He's coming at you.
Mark Tibbs realized, you know what's going to happen here. He couldn't hurt him. And Martin looked at him and he goes, "I can't see." And he just looked at him and they threw the towel in. The two of them, he quit on his stool. And exactly what
you know what Tyson Fury was a bit worried after that 4th round, man. He didn't look. He was worried. He had that look.
He's a crackhead. All them crackheads, coming over. A traveler would never quit. I'm a fighting man. Where's all that going now, bruv? Listen, I don't want to hear none of that rubbish, bruv. This guy got his ass smacked up. They got the body, they got the punches landed, they got the stats in right now, and he's got 53% to land it to the head, 58, landed through 100 and 110.
Well, let me say this. This is the first time I've seen anybody land that many punches on Billy Joe Saunders. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yes.
First time. I mean, Chris Eubank landed some good shots here and there, but he gave away that fight against.
He gave away the fight 6 rounds. He gave away 6 rounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think it's a wise decision pulling him out. You can't be fighting Canelo Alvarez with one eye. Do you know what I mean? You can't
this is the fight. Edge. If you've ever been in the ring, you don't want to quit, because you know that you should have enough. Billy Joe Saunders could have come out. Billy Joe Saunders, if he came out there and got knocked out properly, I would have given more respect. But you see what he did? This was the first thing.
He could have gave it another round, man.
He walked up to Alvarez, and he's got no interview, nothing. This guy's a waste man, bro.
It was a tough fight with both fighters.
I've seen, bro. You need to watch more fights, Edge. You need to watch more fight. You need to watch more fights, Edge. Many a guys, even Andy Joshua. Even Andy Joshua when he got knocked out by Ruiz. Andy Joshua when he got knocked out by Ruiz. Did he leave the ring? Andy Joshua when he got knocked out by Ruiz. Did he leave the ring?
Who's won a boxing match with one eye?
He stayed in the ring.
Who's won a boxing match with one eye?
Daniel Dubois stayed after the fight.
What? He lost.
No.
How many fighters has won with one eye?
Wait, hold up, EJ. Hold up. Can I say
lost with one eye.
Hold up, guys. Hold up, EJ. Let me just say something. As you know, what EJ is saying is,
I know what he's saying.
Yeah, but
it doesn't mean it's smart though.
Hold up. Let me finish. I don't want to yell, but let me say this. What makes the situation look bad for Billy Joe is that he was talking so much trash going into the fight. He was complaining.
That you do.
Well, but at the same time, he was complaining for all sorts of shit that he'd initially agreed to going in. And now that he got beaten up the way he did, he's ashamed of himself. He thought he got Canelo psychologically. He got beaten up the way he did. He's been hit so many times. That's the first thing he's ever gotten taken a beating in a fight before. And he feels ashamed, and he walked out of the ring. That's the only thing I disagree. I agree with you is that he should not have walked out the ring. He should have taken it like a man and said, you know what, this is what happened.
Where's your interview?
When you do trash talking, that's the gamble that you did. It's like when I first saw Floyd Mayweather trash talking Ricky Hatton. I was like, man, I want Ricky Hatton to destroy this dude.
Why?
Man, why? Talking too much trash. Too much trash talking. Too much trash. Like Billy Joe Saunders was like coming in wearing what was it, Man United top. Even though I support Man United, but he's coming in, you know what I mean, trash talking. I was like, who's this guy? But the difference is he backed up what he was saying. That's the difference. If he lost, then he'll have his head in shame.
Ricky, leave the ring.
And that's the gamble that you do when you trash talk.
Edge. You see what I'm saying to you? When guys have been knocked down, and beat down, Ricky stayed in the ring. There's many guys, after the fight.
No, I agree with you on that. I agree. He should have stayed in the ring and talked.
Let me finish what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is that what I'm trying to say to you, this is what makes it bad. And his character, right? He beats up women, right? He gets crackhead. He picks on people who are weaker than him. Beats around Misha Joey Phelps. Everything about him is a coward, bro. When he wanted all these demands of playing all these weak mind games. And when it came down, none of that worked. He got a beating of his life, and the moment it happened to him, I'm out of here. That's it. I'm gone.
Can I say something? Can I say something, EJ, real quickly? If my memory serves me correctly, didn't Wilder stay in the ring after he got stopped by Fury? He did. He still answered questions. How he's
bleeding with his ear bleeding and everything. His ear bleeding and everything. And this is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's right.
So I said he should have stayed in the ring. That's what I think. I agree with. That's the thing that I agree with you guys on.
Bro, like, I don't give that guy no respect, bro. The thing is, Canelo gave you your biggest payday, right? You got beat for the first time. You stay in the ring and say, you know what, this guy's a great fighter. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it. Give me a chance. And good, God bless him and everything like that. And you show respect. And you leave. What he did, he walked out the ring. Everything acted like a sport kid walking back, and he said, I remember people saying that travelers don't quit or travelers are fighting, man. All that tough man talk and all that shit. When it came down to it, the real man, the real guy came in. They picked Billy Joe Saunders. He couldn't break in a bloody egg. I mean, when you're watching the fight, I was like, bruv, there was no punches. I looked at him, and it's like this. Even the commentators, they were trying to give him round. I was like, bruh, what are these people on?
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. I don't know why Chris Mannix gave Billy Joe Saunders the first round. I don't know what round fight he was watching.
Bro, but they shut down his card. You know what, Dan? They shut down his card. They shut down his card after what people were complaining online. So they know what they did? They turned it to Carl Froch's card because people was like, "What the fuck?" People were, online. People were roasting Maddox. Like, what is he? Canelo's got big girls, bro. Who's that? Is that his wife? Canelo's kissing up. Canelo's got bare women, bro. He's he's
got a wife. He didn't want her. Yeah,
there's no way. There's no way. Listen to this. I'll tell you this, right? Lara and Trout are miles above. Their resume is far above Billy Joe Saunders. When you look at the resume,
they did a better job on Canelo than Billy Joe did.
Listen, when you look at boxing. When you look in boxing, right, and you look at someone's resume, and you look at their strength of schedule, right, it's like in college basketball, it's like in football. When you look at the strength of schedule, the guy, even though we could say maybe some of the fights we might thought he lost, you knew that it was fighting caliber of fighter back to back to back. And Billy Joe Saunders on his resume, it was like, bruv, he's infrequently, he barely fights. You can see this guy was a bloody, what do you call it? He was a made-up fighter, manufactured fighter. And out of the UK, and he just got toasted, bro. He's another UK bum on the barbecue. That was a beautiful beatdown. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you think Billy Joe's gonna retire now?
Billy, bro, I don't care. Listen, I roast him all the day. He needs to be a meme. That's what he needs to be. He needs to be a meme, bro. What's up, Trey? What's up,
Yo, you EJ, you funny as shit. You said the bum on a barbecue.
Dude, what's up, man?
Yeah. Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
Man, I had it 4-4 before the stop.
Listen, what was the scorecard? Because I put down like $25. If Canelo would have won round 1 through 3, I would have got back like $350.
Well, the fight got stopped after the end of the 8th, right? Okay.
Stopped in the 9th round.
Yeah, 8th and 9th. I had Canelo up by 3 rounds. So
I know, but
I had it 4-4.
He didn't win all 3 rounds. He didn't win all 3 rounds.
Canelo was winning the fight, bro. Come on. He was winning the fight, man. Come on.
I had it 4-4. And Saunders was winning the last round up until the uppercut. When he got the uppercut, you can tell he was hurt.
Nah, he was taking the beating before the round.
Was he? No, because it was 4-3. I had it 4-3 to Saunders. Then the previous round, Canelo done well in that round. And then the latest round, he was winning. He was throwing more punches, more.
Yeah, that was early in the round.
And then he got caught with the uppercut.
That was early in the round. That was early in the round. Billy Joe was getting off. He was getting off. And then Canelo was catching him during the middle round. Yeah, that's why I gave that round to Canelo. That's what I'm telling you. And Saunders was taking a lot.
One punch. You shouldn't be judging him.
But he was catching a lot of shots.
And this is the reason that Canelo is not gonna fight Andrade ever. I'm telling you right now, he is never gonna fight Andrade until he's 40.
He's a middleweight now. I know they want to fight Caleb Plant. They want to be undisputed.
Yeah, but they're not gonna fight Andrade.
I think Caleb Plant would be much tougher than Billy Joe Saunders.
No.
The thing is, left hook.
No. Caleb Plant doesn't have the what do you call it?
He's got the power though. He's a natural 168-pound fighter.
He has the power, but he can't set up his own punches, man. He need Canelo to throw punches at him and shit.
Yeah, I think Canelo.
He ain't got no offense.
I think he'll stop Plant. I think he'll stop him.
He's not gonna stop no Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant come out the Mayweather gym. He can fight.
Yeah, he's not gonna struggling at the end of the round all the time, bro.
Well, we'll see.
I go Caleb. I pick my
Caleb Plant gonna beat the shit out.
Dwayne, you see he quit. You see he quit on his stool. That's what he did. He a waste man. I'm a fight. What's that guy doing?
He's supposed to be a gypsy man.
I'm a fight.
We're supposed to be a gypsy man.
The travelers don't quit. Bruv, listen, travelers don't quit. Here Tyson Fury talking reckless. Where's he at now? Where are they all at now?
He's controlling Billy Joe, man.
All them waste man, bro. Like, bro, I have nothing with him, bro. I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, you know what? It was a bad night for them. Hey, you know what? It was a bad night for them, man. You know,
man, don't do a Billy Joe walk off.
Well, it was a bad night, dude. I'm sorry, Dwayne. Hold on 1 second, man. Okay, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I would say this. I think Caleb Plant will give Canelo a good fight. I just think the guy will lose on cuts, man. This guy just cut every fight, man. He gonna lose on cuts or something silly like that.
Fair enough, but you know what though? It was just not a good night for them, man. They were getting booed all over the place. They were fighting against a hostile crowd.
It don't matter. It don't matter. He shouldn't have quit. He shouldn't have quit. It don't matter.
Tell him, Trey. He quit, right?
I'm trying to tell him. It don't matter. He shouldn't have quit. Listen,
man. Now you guys know the difference between. Now you guys know the difference between when AJ fought Ruiz in the first fight and when someone actually quits. Yeah, this is what happens when someone actually quits. This is what quitting looks like. That's when someone is telling you when they say they don't want to fight no more because they're getting an ass beat. That's the difference, motherfuckers. Now you guys understand, and you guys, I'm out.
Hey, Trey, tell him.
Listen. I disagree with you, AJ. Listen, I like AJ. Trust me, I like him. But
he didn't quit in his stool, didn't he?
He didn't quit on the stool.
No, but he didn't. So what? That's what I'm telling you. So you know what quitting looks like.
Let me tell you this right quick.
Let Trey talk.
1 second. Listen, it's more than one way to quit. You gotta remember. What's my man name that fought Earl Spence? Carol Bill. He quit in that fight. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want that fight to continue.
No, he didn't. Quit.
AJ, when he fought Ruiz, he was quitting. You could tell by his body language. The referee said, "Come here." You know, so it's more than one way to quit. So I disagree with you.
No. Actually, he didn't. So when Anthony Joshua came forward and he stopped the fight, he got up. He came forward and then won the fight. Anthony Joshua said, "Did you want to continue?" He wanted to continue. So what body language? Yeah, he was getting his ass beat. But anybody that's getting their ass beat, anyone's getting their ass beat looks bad.
Let me ask you a question.
That don't count.
Let me ask you a question. When Andre Ward fought Chad Dawson, the referee said, "Do you want to continue?" He was shaking his head no, but he was saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah, yep, I remember that.
But if you're shaking your head saying no, that means no, isn't it?
But he was saying yes.
Why you even on the fence?
Are you trying to say?
Go ahead.
Hey, do you pick Billy Joe?
Yeah, he was hoping Billy Joe would win the fight. That's why.
I picked Canelo by decision.
Oh, bro,
because Billy Joe doesn't have the power to earn Canelo's respect, and the only way you're gonna beat Canelo Alvarez is if you get Canelo, unless you absolutely dominate, and you have to show have power.
Trey, we play music in the background,
which Billy Joe doesn't have.
Man.
What's that you play in the background?
This makes Floyd like the best fighter ever, man. How's that?
Hey, we're gonna talk about Floyd in a minute. Let me play this interview with Billy Joe.
Clinic on
Billy Joe's interview?
Let me play my interview with Billy Joe. We're gonna talk about Floyd in a sec, bro. Go Floyd in his hairpiece. 1 minute. Let me play this interview real quick.
Okay.
DJ Boxing Live here with Billy Joe Saunders. What are you gonna say to Billy? I'd like to put out.
Come here, you gotta get this fin there.
What do you wanna say?
How do you feel this man is gonna be taking over your business?
What are you talking about? This is room for everyone.
Yeah, but he's going to be taking the full business.
That's fine.
Come here. Don't go nowhere. Come here. Come here. Come here, rip it.
This guy. All right, back to it. Billy, what do you want to say to the critics of you? You've got a lot of critics on social media coming out and saying certain things.
I like to say to them, suck Morse's penis.
No, but on the real, yeah. Ideally, you'd probably want to fight Canelo out of the two.
Do you know what? Either I don't mind. I generally don't mind. I would like Golovkin to fight Golovkin because everyone raves on about him, and I know that he's not invincible. So it'd be nice to be the first man to take him out of the game. But if Canelo's going to do it, then good luck to him.
You see what I'm saying? When I interviewed that guy, you see when he was looking down when he asked about Canelo down, Golovkin to take him out the game. Look at this guy's a shyster. Look, he's a funny guy, a joker guy, but he ain't about it, bro. And God bless him, he got paid, but bro, this guy ain't serious. You know what I mean? And you can see, look, by these mannerisms. This is when I interviewed him. You know what that was, right? That was the press conference for Canelo and Triple G. When they came to London, their first press conference was in London. I was there. He was there talking shit. Canelo still remembers how he was rude to Canelo in the press conference, and he made him pay today. And that's why I played the interview. He bad. We're gonna talk about Floyd and his hairpiece. That's what we're gonna talk about right now. We're gonna talk about Floyd and the madness. Look at this.
Oh Lord.
Look at that right there. Yo, why are you gonna let the young guys troll you like that, Floyd? Like Floyd. I think he needs to leave this fight alone. They embarrassed him. Look at him. We got Floyd looking like a zombie.
So what? Do you think that was fake? Do you think that was fake? The whole thing?
No, I don't think it was fake.
No, man, who cares? Man, LeBron looks the same way. Shit.
No. He
looked like
LeBron been bald and he got patched up.
No one's taking LeBron's hat off his head like that, man.
LeBron supposed to be $1 billion athlete. He ain't got no
Floyd. You ever seen? Yeah, Floyd looks like a demon.
Look, man, as soon as Deion Sanders got some more money, he put some hair on his fucking head.
I ain't worried about that. Look how the man is.
Floyd was shaving the whole fucking time.
Bro, yeah, and all the guy was saying, I got your hat, I got your guy was, and look at the guy went and did. Yeah, this is the worst thing. The guy went and got a tattoo of it. I got your hat, bro. I mean, what?
That's a fake tattoo, man.
This guy's a super troll, bro. This is
he's sick, man. He's sick.
That's a fake hat. That's a fake tattoo, man.
No, it ain't no fake tattoo.
Yes, it is.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna drop off for a minute. I'll be back though.
That's a real fucking tattoo. I got your hat. You think you tattooed that shit on his motherfucking leg?
That's a real tattoo that is, man.
Man, it's a fake, man.
Well, you know what? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know it was one of those bars fights, but I'm actually looking forward to this one. Man. I want to see what happens. Now I'm interested. That was funny. That was funny. I never seen Floyd get that mad before. He looked genuinely upset. He was pissed.
Man, that shit was staged. That shit was staged.
Man, if I had hair like that, I would have been pissed too.
Edge, you got hair like that. What are you talking about? Don't lie now, Edge. We're on camera. Let's see your dry top.
Man, look.
Floyd never creamed his hair, and then he looked like the devil itself. I
think his reaction was definitely real, man. Because at the end of the day, you would not let Jake Paul allow you to expose your hair like that. No, right now.
Yeah, but everybody knew his hair was like that.
Hey, going back to Billy Joe real quickly. I'm sorry we'll get back to Floyd in a second if you don't mind, EJ. Didn't Billy Joe criticize Daniel Dubois for quitting the way he did against Joe Joyce?
He probably did. He
probably
did.
Okay. Well, he can't say much because Daniel Dubois actually went and fought a few more rounds with a broken eye. So he can't talk.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. It's different people talking about it and saying, "Oh, they should have fought this round, a few extra rounds." But when it actually happens, it can be very frightening, scary. Like you can be blind for life. And the prospect of getting blind, actual blind, it actually can scare actual fighters.
I hear you, but many great fighters have fought with one eye and still came back and won a fight.
But not many great fighters can continue to do that. Not many great fighters can continue to do that with a hurt eye. Not many fighters can do that.
Billy Joe was not great. He's not great. His resume
so why are you expecting him to carry on after?
Because you know what, Edge, I'll tell you what's on the line, right? First, unification, the biggest payday history. See, the thing is,
but he knows he ain't gonna win with one eye. He knows this.
No, you don't know that. Listen,
yes, you do. In history, who's won with one eye?
Joe Frazier, Sam Langford, and Joe Frazier. Yeah.
Joe Frazier was going on.
Stupid question. Everyone knows this. Fight with one eye. Are you crazy? Mike Tyson was fighting against
Buster Douglas.
I was shot
okay. Let me rephrase that question. Who has won against a world-class, legitimate fighter with one eye?
Sam Langford. He did it against Sammy McVeigh with one eye.
Let me repeat the question. Let me repeat the question.
You don't have to go that. Dan, you don't have to even go that far down.
Okay. All right.
Sugar Ray Leonard, when he fought Tom Hearns, you see the fight, his eye was shut down, swelled up. You know what I mean? There's many guys, Edge don't watch boxing, so he's asking.
What are you talking about? Like, what? Later on in the fight when he was already when you're dominating, when you're winning and you're dominating, it's different.
Edge, you're Johnny Come Lately in boxing.
Johnny Come Lately.
You don't watch boxing enough.
I'm Johnny Come Early. Look, end of the day, it's simple as this. When you're fighting a world-class fighter with one eye, and against someone like Canelo Alvarez.
I got some breaking news, innit? Billy Joe Saunders was transported immediately into the ambulance, to be examined, a suspicion of a broken orbital bone. So that's what they're talking about now. So you might have a broken orbital bone.
So EJ, do you feel bad now? EJ, do you feel bad about your comments earlier?
No, because Daniel Dubois fought. Look, one punch, bro. There was nothing wrong with his eye, bro. Like one punch. Come on, bro. He got one punch in his eye, and he got him. He's a fighter. He didn't conduct how fighters are. He didn't. Edge. You see, when I watch fighters, Edge, this is what you pay your money for. They'll put their life on the line, because they don't want to quit. And if he did that, the tie of the chain, because he's got his first punch in the face, swelled up, and he got himself out of there. I got no respect, man.
If Billy Joe won all those rounds up to round 8, up to round 9, if he won all those rounds and he hurt his eye, then he probably would have carried on because he thought, okay, you could just be defensive. But as it was already close already, and Canelo won that round and he's already up, it's only going to go downhill for him. He ain't going to win from there.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Let me tell you why. If you notice the last few rounds, Billy Joe was getting overconfident. He was waving his hands in the air. He was dropping them down. He was sticking his tongue out. Canelo. He was getting overconfident when he was getting momentum swinging to the favor of the fight.
But overconfident doesn't mean he was winning.
Well, he felt he was winning. No,
that's what he does anyways. Billy Joe does that antics anyways.
No,
he was winning.
Billy was looking good, bro.
No, he felt he was.
He didn't think he was winning.
No, he felt he was.
But the thing is, he's not. He's doing those antics anyways. That's how Billy Joe fights
Nah,
anyways.
he
always fights like that. He doesn't fight any other way.
Yeah, but
he was getting overconfident after after you could score the last couple rounds before. I think it was 5 and 6 for Billy Joe. He was feeling confident in there. He felt okay. The fight's turned in my favor. I got my rhythm now. I know how to place my shots a bit better. I can time them a bit better now. He thought he had it in the bag. He thought he had it.
But like, look, are you telling me if it's the 11th round, and he was winning by like 5-6, clearly dominating the fight, like Lemieux dominating it, and he got hurt his eye? You think he's gonna pull out? Do you think he's gonna pull out? Do you think he's gonna pull out? Yes or no?
Edge. This is the thing.
Do you think he's gonna pull out?
Edge against them bum oppositions. This is what he's allowed.
No,
to
but
do.
the point I'm making is that if he thought he was dominating, he was winning, and his 11th round and he hurt his eye, do you think he would have pulled out the 12th round?
I don't. I would. Yeah, I think he would. Yes, I think he would. Yes, I think.
Lies, man, lies.
Yeah, I would. Edge,
come on, EJ. Come on.
I know. Look, Edge, I know you're trying to give Billy Joe the benefit of the doubt. I get it, man. But like I said before,
you don't get it, man.
Yeah, I do get it, bro. It's just the optics was bad. The way he went out, the way he did, it just looks horrible. Yeah, we can still see the eye. Yeah, the eye looked a little damaged from our view, but didn't look like it was closed. He looked like he could still see from it. But the fact is that he said he couldn't see. The next he throws in the towel. They gave up. It just looks bad because he said himself that I would never quit in a fight. I would die rather than quit. He's criticized Daniel Dubois for quitting in his fight against Joe Joyce, and now look at him.
Yeah,
the same injury. Daniel Dubois fought on with a broken eye for 3-4 more rounds against Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
Yes, he quit, but he could, but the fact is he thought he could carry on. Billy Joe didn't even try. That's why this looks bad.
Yes,
he didn't even try.
Right.
He didn't even try.
No, it was nothing. No smoke. Edge knows this already. Edge knows already. Billy Ho is an embarrassment, to the UK.
Even Carl Froch said he could have given another round.
Yeah,
he could have, but this is why I don't agree with you to say that he thought he was winning, because it's no point. Because at the end of the day, how I see it is that I don't think he believed that he can beat Canelo with one eye. That's why he quit.
You're not a fighter.
That's as simple as that.
No. But you got your pride. No, but he's a traveler and a fighting man. That's the thing. Look at this, right? The first thing he got, the first adversity he got himself out of there. Yeah, that's it. I'm out. That's it. I'm out of here. That's what it was. Right now, what I'm saying is,
look how that round ended.
Look at the tough man talk he's in there with his boys in the lounge. Yeah, he's only one. Billy Saunders just eating the juicy meat. Oh, we want the ring bigger. We want anything. We're going back on the plane. All that stuff because you're cowardly, bro. You know what I mean? You're cowardly.
Yeah,
it's the first time in his career. This is the first time in Billy Joe's career where he's the B side and he got treated accordingly and didn't like it. When he fought Eubank, he was the A side. He had the belts, everything. David Lemieux, even though the Beirut, they paid for the fight. He went down to David Lemieux, and David Lemieux was like, "Bro, I could beat him with my eyes closed." That's why he came. But Billy Joe's got forced in this fight by Eddie Hearn. That's why they hate Eddie Hearn. They go, "Why you want us to fight this fight?" He goes, Eddie. He goes, "Look, this is a big fight for you, big money fight," and he wanted to get him off the books, man. They want to get this kid off the books.
Hey, you know what? Hey, shout out to BJ London in the chat once more. He brought up a good point though. Ebony Bridges against Shannon Courtney. She fought with a bad eye. We saw that eye.
Yeah, look,
and she continued on. So she kept it up for 3 more rounds with a bad eye.
Yeah, Ebony Bridges. Yeah, you remember that? Look at his face. Look at this. Yeah,
she said. Yeah, she even said in her corner she couldn't see, but she still wanted to fight. And
yeah, who's that girl? Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor. Who's the one that fought Katie Taylor recently?
They had 2 fights in a row with Katie Taylor.
You talking about Bassoon or whatever.
Bassoon, yeah, that shit was fucked up. She can't fight.
Yeah, I don't have to go. I didn't have to go all that far back to just let you know that, man. There's loads of fighters.
No. I didn't say there's fighters that don't continue. But it doesn't mean that it's a smart thing to do to continue.
They're fighters, right? See, fighters, they're not like me and you, right? They fight, they will fight until the end. That's what it's.
Yeah, but they don't. Billy Joe Saunders didn't fight to the end. Dubois didn't fight to the end. Kell Brook didn't fight to the end.
Why did they want to get pulled out? Edge, why do they want to get pulled out?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No. What are you telling me? Why do they want to get pulled out? Edge, what are you telling me? Billy Joe Saunders chose to sit on his stool and didn't want to come out. No, that's
we're talking about. He chose to sit on his stool. Look.
He's a quitter. That's what he's a quitter, and that's it. He's a quitter, and that's it. He's a quitter. Juicy beef, talking. I want the ring size. Well, hey, let me ask you a question, the Edge, right? The 22-inch ring, did that help him? Did that actually
say that again?
The 22-inch ring, yeah, did that actually help him?
No, but that was all a tactic, man. That was all a tactic.
But Edge, when you pull them tactics, it shows you your mentality. You're weak-minded. You're weak-minded guy.
Yeah, but everyone does trash talking. Everyone does it, man. Like,
well, can I ask y'all something? Let me ask y'all something real quickly.
Not everybody.
Now that Billy Joe, the way he went out the way he did, he didn't even want to do an interview. He didn't want to congratulate his opponent. Should he get criticized like Wilder got criticized? No, I mean,
he did congratulate Canelo.
Bro, that coward needs to get criticized fully extent. All the way to the book. They need to throw the book at him. But when I hear from Teddy Atlas and them man there, I hope they throw the book at him. I don't want to hear none of it because they listen. This guy is an embarrassment. He's an embarrassment to me.
I'm more convinced more than ever, man. If Andrade faces Canelo, Andrade would stop Canelo.
Canelo's gonna beat the brakes out of
Andrade. Like
if the fight happens
is big. Andrade is big. Like after what I saw, like. Billy Joe. If Billy Joe put hands on Canelo, Billy Joe put hands on him. If he was a stronger fighter, more tougher, stronger puncher fighter, then Canelo would have been hurt.
Well, let me ask you this, Edge. If that's the case, then how come Kovalev couldn't do it? And Kovalev hits much harder than Andrade.
Kovalev was done, man. Everyone knows that. Kovalev is done.
But he still had the power. He still had the power.
He didn't have the power. He was done. Did you not see that fight?
I did see that fight. He was boxing, yes, but he still had the power.
He was done. He just about knocked out Anthony Yarde, and that's because he was tired. You know what I mean? Like Kovalev was done. He was shot. He was absolutely shot in that fight. Completely shot. I was surprised he took him 7 rounds for Canelo to knock him out.
It beat Billy Joe. It'll beat Billy Ho.
That version. I tell you that. Yeah, I was going to say that. That version. Yep, that version of Kovalev would beat.
I don't think that version of Kovalev would beat Billy Joe.
No. See, now you tripping. Hold up. That version of Kovalev would have beaten Billy Joe Saunders. I put money on it. He would have beaten him.
No, that Kovalev is completely shot. Yeah, when I saw Kovalev fight Canelo,
he would have beat Billy. He beat Andy Yarde, though, didn't he? Yeah, he beat Andy Yarde's ass. What you talking about?
Kovalev should have knocked Kovalev out time ago. Yarde should have knocked him out. He gassed himself out.
Canelo smashed him apart. Listen, I don't need none of your rubbish.
Oh my God, man! You guys lost your goddamn mind.
He beat Lions in the house.
Why is Canelo avoiding Andrade? Why is he avoiding?
Why isn't Andrade? Wait, hold on. Why doesn't Andrade go up to 168 and fight him?
No, he went up to 160 to fight Canelo. Canelo moved up.
Well, get up there to 168. Wait, hold up. Tell him to get up to 168.
Okay, so and then Canelo's going to move up to 174. and then Andrade moves to 174. Then he's going to move up to light heavyweight. Do you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, it don't make no difference. He was at because remember this. Canelo was at 154. Andrade was at 154. He moved up to 160.
Oh, please, I don't want to hear that. Hold on. Let me tell you something about that. I know. Wait, hold up.
Andrade moved up to 160. Then he moved up to 168.
Wait, hold up. Andrade wasn't even in the picture with Canelo fought at 154. What are you talking about? He was barely a prospect.
No, but I'm telling you where they started. I'm telling you about where they started. He moved up to 160. Andrade moved up to 160. Then he moved up to 168.
Hold up.
So now Andrade is talking about moving up to 168 now. And now Canelo's talking about, I'm going to move up again.
Canelo moved up to 160 when Andrade was barely fighting for a title against Vanem Monterosian. What are you talking about?
Andrade, Canelo could have easily...
He was fighting Bryant Roses and the Vanem Monterosians of the world. And I think he fought Ishe Smith. I could be wrong. But he was barely coming up while Canelo was a champion at 154. Canelo moved out of 154, moved up to middleweight when he fought Canelo Alvarez.
Okay, Dan.
I don't want to hear this crap about. People keep saying that. Wait, hold up. People keep saying that he ducked Andrade 154. That is false. Andrade wasn't even in the picture with Canelo was fighting at 154.
Okay, then,
so I don't want to hear that shit.
Dan, answer this. Let me close the show right now. Yeah, I'll hear you right now. Yeah, why Canelo? How many belts did Canelo have at 160? Didn't he have 3 belts? Who had the last belt? So why did he not unify at 160 when he had 3 belts? Andrade had one other belt.
Andrade straight up said that. Well, wait. He straight up said that I will fight Canelo on these certain conditions. Why is he talking about conditions all of a fucking sudden? You say you fight the man at any time. Wait.
Billy Joe saw conditions? Did he not want to do conditions out ringside, threaten them about?
That was a mandatory fight with Billy Joe. What the hell are you talking about?
It's not a mandatory fight. What is a mandatory? It's not a mandatory. Yildirim was a mandatory.
Yeah,
Saunders is a voluntary.
I thought you were referring to Andrade versus Saunders. I thought
No. I'm talking about Andrade versus Canelo. Because just remember, Canelo had all the belts other than Andrade's belt. So why did Canelo could have unified easily against Andrade and then moved up and tried to unify at 168?
I'll give you that one.
Avoid vacate a belt, vacate the belt, get his belt removed, and move up to 168 rather than fighting Andrade.
Well, you know that IBF situation wasn't his fault, so you can't blame Canelo for that. That's when his promoter fucked that up. They fucked up that. They fucked up that deal. Wait. They fucked up that deal with the IBF where they said that okay, we will get Canelo to sign on to fight Deverenchenko. We'll do it at a certain time. But somehow, some reason, Canelo was blindsided by the fact that there was a time limit to sign on for that fight, and then they vacated. Then they stripped him all of a sudden. He was caught off guard about that.
All that could have been overwritten if you went and fought Andrade for unifying all the belts. Then they would have delayed it. The same way that when Anthony Joshua is fighting for unification, they would have delayed it. So why not?
I'll give you that. But why didn't Andrade's team make an offer for Canelo? It goes both ways.
Canelo's the fucking A side.
So what? A B side can make an offer. They can approach him. They can sit down and say, "Hey, let's talk about making a fight."
It's the A side makes the offers.
Okay.
Canelo is the A side. They're on the same the Zone network. Yeah, Anthony Joshua is the one making all the offers to all the fighters. Floyd Mayweather was the one sending all the offers to all the fighters.
Wait. Who was the A side? Carl Froch and Gennady Golovkin.
Carl Froch and Golovkin hasn't fought each other, I don't think.
No. Answer the question. Who was A side between Gennady Golovkin and Carl Froch?
They haven't fought. They've never fought.
No. See, you're missing the picture. Let me tell you why I'm
not in the same weight class. The same weight class. What are you talking about?
No, it doesn't matter. Golovkin called out guys from 154 to 175. They were approached to fight with Carl Froch. If Golovkin was a B side trying to offer a fight with Carl Froch, you didn't know that, did you?
So you're saying that Golovkin, offered to fight Carl Froch?
He offered Carl Froch a fight. Yes, he did.
Did he put through a money offer to fight Carl Froch?
They were wanting to sit down and talk. Wait. They were sit down. They tried to sit down and say, "No, listen to me. You're not listening to me." They tried to get Carl Froch to come to the table and discuss a deal. Carl Froch refused. He did not want to go to the table. This is all fact. EJ knows this. This is all fact.
Triple G didn't want to move up to 168.
Yes, he did. He wanted to move up to fight certain fighters. He wanted to fight.
He didn't want to move up to 168. Andre wanted to fight Golovkin. Golovkin didn't want to move up to 168.
Do you know the backstory behind the whole situation?
No. Don't make no excuses for Triple G. Don't make no excuses for Triple G. You're bringing up Triple G to avoid.
I'll let you finish until I get in. Golovkin was the one who called out that division, and then some of those fighters responded.
Yeah, why?
The fighters that did not respond. Wait, hold up. What happened was when Andre Ward responded, they come back at him with a catchweight offer, which is bullshit. You don't call out the top guy in that division, and then when he responds to your challenge, then you want to offer him a catchweight. Then they try to Triple G offered Ward a catchweight.
So Triple G offered a catchweight, which he knew that they was never going to accept. So Triple G is calling, just trying to.
Well, let me finish though. They supersede Ward. And they try to offer Carl Froch a fight. So I'm asking you, is Carl Froch the A side in that situation or Gennady Golovkin?
I mean, you could argue. You can say Gennady Golovkin is the A side.
No.
He's the A side.
Okay, I'm finished with this conversation. I'm finished. EJ, jump in. Jump in, EJ. Jump in. I'm done.
I'm reading on Twitter. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm reading on Twitter, like, you know, what people are saying. You know, this is that mistake. That one I got right. Yeah, said that on my podcast. Saunders was picked by Canelo for a reason. No power, and in front where he can find him and bang him to the body. Yeah, credit to Canelo. he executed it. Then this is one of the best tweets from thingy Kevin M. He said fighters like Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, they would never quit. And this guy took all that smack and he couldn't stay in there to go one more round to take a beating. You don't give him no respect. And I brought on Twitter, people that all like you go with ex-fighters and coaches and trainers, you know, because what Edge is failing to understand is that even though your eye is done it, yeah, they still trying to find a way of saying like I'm still gonna want to win the fight. You know, Roy Jones, many guys, yeah, they break limbs and stuff, arms and limbs.
Yeah,
and
sure. But then Danny Williams broke separated shoulder in the fight.
Yeah, but like
I finish what I'm saying. No one really makes excuses for you know what the fighter goes through. Like T. Daniel Dubois, right? The reason why Daniel Dubois, he said something about my man's mum, bro, right? About Joe Joyce's mum. She was blind. She goes, yeah, after I beat your son, you won't be able to see him as well. He says, you know, comments like that. So when he's taking his beating and with his eyes, he's like, yeah, take your beating because you took reckless, right? Billy Joe Saunders done the same thing. They got him all on the Sun newspaper with his eye popping out of his head and this, that, the other, and the beating. And people are like, yeah, you deserve your beating. Real talk, you deserve your beating. Now, look, if he really went in there and got knocked out and other things like that, you'd have said, oh, yeah, well, you don't want him hurt. You don't want him mashed up. But, bruh, the way he conducted himself after the stoppage is what you're looking at. First off, you stop in the corner. It's one thing, right? He went up to Canelo and said, yeah, good win. Stay in the ring. Can wait until Canelo respectfully has done his interview. Let the guy come over and go, what happened? Well, you know, my eye, I could see my corner stop the fight. You know, I don't want the people think I'm a quitter. I don't want people to think I'm a quitter. You know, my corner's trying to look out for me. And congratulations to Canelo. And, you know, thanks to the fans in Texas for having me. I'm going back. You know, I'm going back to my family and this. That's what I would have expected from him, right? Right now, I might have criticized him. But, bro, the way this guy's gone on, nah, he gets no props, bro. He gets none. He gets none. Real talk, he gets none. You know, that's as simple as that. And you know, people in the chat can say what they want to say, but this is the pain game, bro. This is what you pay for. That's why you get free. He got 3 million. He only got 3 million. Canelo got 25 million, apparently. This is why, man. This is why. And Eddie Hearn, another thing as well, you can't get no money from Billy Joe. He's not no pay-per-view fighter. You don't make no money from Billy Joe Saunders. So you threw him into a fight so Eddie Hearn can get back his investment. That's what Billy Joe Saunders does. He sits on your books, yeah, and you don't make no money. Like Frank Warren only had the David Lemieux fight that he made money off, right? Because David Lemieux paid for that fight for him to go over there to Canada. But other than that, he ain't making you no money. Billy ain't making you he's not no pay-per-view star. He's not a big sellout in the UK. And all he does is these silly little antics when it's a big fight. The Bubu Andrade fight, he got himself out of that fight. Bubu Andrade got the belt. When Bubu Andrade got the belt, Canelo fought over, and like you're right, he didn't fight him. But Billy Joe Saunders should have been in there. He should have been there in line. He made himself go up, ate himself out of the division because he really started at 154. Yeah, his career started at 154, by the way. Right, ate himself out of that into the middleweight division. Ate himself into the thing. He's a fat guy. That's what you should bring this edge. You know why he ain't got no power edge? Because he shouldn't be at that division. He should have been at 154. He hit harder at 154 and he had better fitness. You could see he was a fat guy. His condition, he was barely in condition. He's a tough guy. He was taking it, but he ain't that tough. And you really and truly, end of the day, when it was time for adversity, that's when people see your character. When you're going through real hardship in life, that's when you see what kind of man you are. When we saw what hardship he was going through, he looked for a way out, and he gets no props for that. His first loss of his career, and he was a champion, and he shows he was a paper champion, and he wasn't worthy as the stature that people was giving him. He liked to fight munchkins, like easy fights that he knew he could win. Eubanks had no amateur pedigree. Billy Joe Saunders had all the pedigree going into that fight. David Lemieux was just another one, not no a long, extensive amateur career. Billy Joe Saunders was longer, taller. He knew he could box him, big ring, and he never asked for no 22-inch ring in that one either. Whatever ring they had, they were good. So you see when he started saying we're gonna go home, and because the dad knew, he goes, we're not getting it. We were up against it here. You're up against it here. You're the B side. Sit down there and get your beating. Yeah, I mean, that's what you do, bro. That's it. I want to hear nothing, bro. You know what I mean? Look, I can understand. Respect. Go ahead.
Look, I can understand why people are gonna give Saunders stick because the trash talking. That's the gamble you do. It's like when Ronda Rousey got knocked out by that woman home after she started talking all that smack. That's what's gonna happen. Conor McGregor, the same thing. When you talk that smack and you get your ass beat, then that's what's gonna happen. So I can understand the reasoning why Billy Joe will. But that's the gamble that you take. If you're gonna say you're going to do this and do that, then you better do it. Because if you don't, then that's what's going to happen. And do you know what I mean? And if you say, oh, I hate people that quit, or blah, 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 and then you quit, then you're going to get what's coming.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised what's the heat that is going to get. But the only thing I disagree with is that at the end of the day, if you get hit and then you have a bad eye or a hurt eye socket, and then you decide to quit because you can't see out of your eye, then I'm not going to be too fussed about it.
Edge, I've got a quote for you. Hey, I've got a quote for you, right? Dan, you still there? All right. Well,
yeah, I'm here.
PMC, what's this? I got a quote for you, yeah? I got a quote for you. This is what this man said, right? This is what this man said. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen, and this just shows you what kind of wickedness this guy is, right? This is gonna shock you lot. When you see this is what Billy Joe Saunders said about Daniel Dubois. This is what he said going into the fight. And this is what I said to you. This is what it is. Look at this right here. Look at that. Billy Joe Saunders, I'd rather go out with my pulse stop.
Pulse, yeah, you stop breathing, basically. Your pulse.
Yeah. Well, my pulse stop, than take a knee like Daniel Dubois. That's what he said. This is a quote from him. Yeah, and look at him.
Yeah, well, technically, he's right. He didn't take a knee.
Well, yeah, he's technically right. But again, at least Dubois fought on with.
Daniel Dubois, they never got on his stool. He was still there trying to fight.
He was still fighting with a bad eye for 4 straight rounds. That's a difference.
He got beat down to. He had to. The pain was so bad. He took it. The pain went down. He went to a knee. Right, but Billy Joe Saunders sat there on his stool. First adversity. Daniel Dubois fought 3-4 rounds with that bad eye. Daniel Dubois to me, and he got loads of criticism from that as well. Quitter and everything. Billy Joe Saunders, brother, he's all on the Sun newspaper, and people bringing quotes. I got this from Joe B, by the way. Quotes like this. This I'm saying. You see, your words have come back to bite you, bro.
Like, this is bad.
Yeah,
this is bad for Billy Joe.
And that's what I'm saying. Is if you go and talk it, you better go. You better
back it up.
You better back it up. Because if you don't,
look at that. Walking like you're talking.
Then it's gonna come back to you.
Yeah,
that's why I don't have no sympathy in regards to like the backlash that he's gonna get and the heat he's gonna get.
He's getting it now. I'm giving it to him now.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, Billy Joe may shut down his social media for a while just to lay low, and then he'll come back. He will. He will.
Do you think he's gonna fight again?
No, I don't think so. He might take another fight or two, but after that, he's done. Now, Tyson Fury, I'd like to see Tyson Fury's comments on this situation. He's probably going to lay low too, and not mention anything about
all them frauds. Tyson Fury is a fraud as well, right? He's a fraud as well. I had an interview with him with Eddie Hearn.
I don't think he's
listen, I had an interview with Eddie Hearn. You know what he said? He said he completely schooled Klitschko. I was like, what? What are you talking about? He said he completely schooled Klitschko. He's an old man, needs to get down. I went over there and completely embarrassed him. No, you did not. How? No, you didn't. The fight was very close, and it was very backwards and forward and close. And you didn't. And why didn't you take that rematch? And he was calling David Price a pussy. And he was called David Price is a fraud and a pussy. Klitschko
he ducked the fight with David Price. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He ducked David Price, right? And
come on, ducking David Price.
Gladden, and then he goes, I don't care about belts. I don't care about. But hold on, you was the one talking about your linear champion from Jack Johnson back then.
No, but he's right. He doesn't care about belts. That's why he's talking about linear. Because they don't win a belt.
What linear's a title, bro? A title's
it's a title, bro. It's a title.
I don't belt, bro. That's why he don't care about belts. That's why he's talking about linear.
No,
that was the whole point. That was the whole point about linear.
He's not linear though. He's not linear because Vladimir was never undisputed though. Stop that right there. Vladimir was never undisputed. He
was the lineal champion though. He was the recognized champion. He wasn't lineal. Yes, he was. After he beat Jagaya.
Lennox lose the lineal.
Of course, he was a lineal champion, but when Lennox retired, that lineage was broken.
Hold on. The Sports Writers of America, they gave him the title, but the lineal stops there with Vladimir. It don't go to Lennox Lewis and back before that. It doesn't do that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell him. His lineage starts with Vladimir and stops there, not going to Lennox Lewis and all that.
I hear you.
I'm saying Fury's full of shit, right? And he's another fraud, yeah. And he's been ducking and diving and whipping. Eddie Hearn told him, "You're gonna get banged out. You're gonna get talking. I'm gonna best bang for my balls." And he's the B side. He's the thing about these guys here. They come into these fights and they've been the A side. Fury in all the negotiations, he's been the A side or 50-50. I don't know why Wilder, when you've got the WBC belt and you give this guy parity. You let this guy get warm-ups. See, Eddie Hearn and Joshua, they don't let him get no warm-up. They're making sure Fury's out for 2 years. That's what they're doing, and then they're going to put him in the ring and beat his ass. Good. Yeah. That's right. And that's right.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to start off this fight a little bit longer to early next year, or maybe late this year.
No, it's going to be August. It's going to be August.
Well, we heard that before.
In August.
Well, we heard that before, so we've been hearing that for 5 months now. So
yeah, but like if they make it towards the end of the year, then it's going to be in England because it's going to be fully open. So
yeah, fair enough. But then they still got to get their interim fights in between. Usyk, they got WBO mandatory needs to be defended. Fury, more in this case, could be fighting Wilder. Yeah, he could be fighting Wilder. So,
but they're saying I got a feeling it's 100% done. Like it's because they're saying it's 100% done. So.
They've been saying that for 5 months now.
Man. but it's still
Fury. You know why? You know why it's not done because of Fury. I know it's Fury. It's Fury. He can't. He's scared. Like same like Billy Joe Saunders, and he's letting these negotiations go up because they're trying to do, long it out to get rid of Wilder's arbitration. They're trying to long that out. That's what this is taking long for because they can't get around the arbitration, the so-called arbitration that we're getting on. Wilder, the contract expired. No, it ain't. Why you?
I don't believe that now. I agree with that because let me just tell you something. When I thought about that further, I never heard of a contract having an expiration date after a rematch clause has been invoked. Now, if you want to talk about expirations, the rematch clause, if you're the loser of a fight, you have 30 days to invoke it. That has an expiration date. That's always been the norm.
Oh, yeah.
But after hold up. After you execute it, there's never been a contract that I've ever came across or ever seen where you have a time limit to set up a fight.
Yeah. You have an expiration. To have an expiration date.
Okay, what fights have had an expiration date on after rematch clause has been invoked?
Yeah, but
I'm asking you, what fights?
All the fights.
Really?
Yeah,
I never heard
on the champion side. Yeah, it was on the champion side. You put an expiration date, so then you got the opportunity to move on.
Well, okay, what other fight had that stipulation?
Like for example, you put an expiration date. You both agree.
Well, I'm asking you the question. What other fight has had that stipulation?
All like Mayweather, Pacquiao.
No, Mayweather never put that stipulation in his contract. He's never done that. He never done that. Floyd's never put that type of stipulation in his contract. Never.
Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather. When
De La
Hoya lost to Floyd Mayweather, there was an expiry date.
To invoke the rematch clause, and De La Hoya waited too late. That's my whole point. There was a rematch clause. Like I said, Edge, there is a rematch clause that you have to invoke within 30 days. De La Hoya waited too late. That's what happened.
But
he waited too late.
No date, though, didn't you?
No, I said.
No,
you're not understanding what I'm saying.
You're not understanding. I'm telling you.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. This is the norm. When you lose a fight, you have 30 days to invoke your rematch clause. Wilder did that the week after he lost. He invoked it. So that's my whole point.
But
wait.
You have a timeline. You have a timeline.
Okay, wait. What fight had a timeline? Wait. What fight had a timeline after the rematch clause was invoked?
All the fights has a timeline. What, you think they're going to negotiate for 2 years?
Name a Pacific fight that had a timeline to execute the rematch for a fight to go ahead.
Canelo, Oscar, every single fight have a deadline. When the champion loses a fight, then you have like 30 days to reenact your rematch clause.
Yes, and Wilder did that. Wilder did that. Wilder did that. Wilder did that. Okay, well, let me rephrase the question.
After you reenact your rematch clause, then you have a timeline of when to negotiate the fight and a timeline of.
That's what they were doing. They were still negotiating, but COVID put things on hold. So you see people keep neglecting it. Wait, hold up. Let me finish though.
But this is what the court decides, because a similar situation happens in football, where they put a timeline on a contract of when the guy can say, I want to leave for free. But then what happened is the pandemic happened. So when the pandemic happened, he delayed it. So the date passed, and then after the season ended, he said, "I want to leave for free." But then the team said no because the date it went over the date. It's too late.
You can't compare the two. This has nothing to do with boxing rematches. Come on. Well, let me just say this. Wait. Let me just say this. Let me rephrase it.
Well, let me finish what I was going to say.
Okay, go ahead. Finish up. And I'm going to respond.
It's the same principle.
It's not the same principle. It's two different contracts with two different sports.
Let me finish what I'm about to say. You just said you're going to let me finish.
All right, let you finish.
Now they said it's gonna the timeline finished in October, and I think it's September. That's the timeline. It finished on the 14th of September. But out of good faith, they said, okay, we're gonna continue on out of good faith for December.
Yes.
So, but then when the fight didn't happen in December, then Tyson Fury goes, no, I don't want to continue anymore. I want to pull out. So then they're saying, no, we had a good faith that was going to continue on. And they're saying, well, no, technically, we good faith is not a contract. The contract says on the 14th of September, if nothing's not being done, then we're going to pull out.
Wait, who disclosed that?
Deontay Wilder's argument is that no, the reason why is because of the pandemic is an unforeseen circumstance.
Which is
the
true.
Reason why the things got delayed. If there wasn't a pandemic, then the fight would have been made. But they're saying no. The day
you guys. Let me.
Wait. Can I say something real quickly, EJ? Real quickly. As no. Let me rephrase the last question then. If that's the case, then why are they arguing this over arbitration and through mediation? Then they arbitration. Wait. Let me finish. Why are they arguing this particular stipulation for the last several months now? Whereas Fury has been spending millions of dollars just to get out of a fight that he doesn't want to honor.
He's in court, man.
Yeah.
I forget about that.
It's mediation.
It don't matter.
It is arbitration. It is arbitration.
Everyone knows that.
It is arbitration.
Hold up. I don't know if
it's not a court. It's mediation.
It's arbitration, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, don't let me have to mute everyone. Daniel, let me acknowledge Daniel. Daniel, what's up, Daniel?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on, Daniel? Before Daniel you get into it, I want to read this comment on here. Yeah, Saunders quit. Yeah, I knew he roughed it out. Yeah, with a broken orbital bone when he fought Nonito down there, and Paulie did two versus Cotto. Let's see if Matchroom fam swearing anyway. Fanboys come with the same energy they did when Kell Brook and Daniel Dubois. Now let me tell you something, yeah, and this is why I don't ride on that stuff, right? When people quit or whatever it is, they need to get that work. Kell Brook quit in fight. I don't think he quit against Triple G because you know what I mean he was hurt, but I think the Errol Spence one he definitely quit. Daniel Dubois took reckless, he quit. Paulie Malignaggi roughed it out, and so did an in a way with their eyes swollen. So these are more recent fights, Edge, where guys fought with swollen eyes. Daniel, give us your take. And what do you think of that tremendous beatdown of Billy Ho?
All right. Okay. I know that I shit on Billy Ho every chance I get, but that was nasty. Like you could tell, like that eye was completely gone immediately afterwards. You could tell, like within seconds of it. Like like in all technical terms, yes, he quit on the stool. Like in all technical terms. But I'll give him the benefit of that, like to the fact, like that looked nasty. That looked really, really fucked up.
So basically, you're saying that you're not surprised that it didn't make no sense for him to carry on with the eye the way it was against Canelo.
There's the eye. There's the eye. Oh, there's the eye on the screen. That eye ain't that bad, bro. That eye is not that bad. Look at that. That's not that. Look. You know what he did? He forced it shut. You know he forced it shut as well. He forced it shut, right? And I saw him when he left it. Yeah, no. I forced it. He forced it shut because when they saw him walking in the arena, his eye was open. When they saw him walking back to the thing, it was open. So when they tried to grab it, Mark Tim tried to grab it. He goes, I can't see. Because you can't see, and Mark Tibbs waved up. It was him. He vocally said it. That's there. When look, you see the guy with the thing with the end swell. He's putting the end swell in to bring the swelling down. Now he's got the little mark there, but that's it, bro. There's not look. He's not on the orbital. You see the swelling's underneath the eye. It wasn't even the top of the eye. Look at it. It wasn't the top of the eye.
Yeah, that's a part of the orbital bone that's right at the under. That's the part that's only broken.
Nah, but listen. He never broke no. They tried. Canelo never broke no orbital bone. Billy's a coward, a straight out coward, bro.
He's not having any of it. He's not having.
Yeah, he ain't having none of it.
You come on and agree to what I'll say all the time. You just don't like it, man.
He's had an undefeated run, yeah, for that mentioned time, fighting bums, yeah. and he comes in there talking about, I want the ring changed, we're gonna go home and all them things. You knew
And
what this
then,
guy was on.
yeah, complaining about the judges, and then
Everything,
complaining
bro.
about your purse, complaining about your purse, and you initially agreed to it.
Billy Ho deserves the title, what he called Billy Ho. Go ahead, Daniel. Finish what you're saying. Go ahead,
I know. That's what I mean. Like, in all technical terms, yeah. Like, if you want to say technical terms, he quit on the stool, yes. Then you can say he quit on the stool. Like, I understand it, but I understand how fucked up that is. But it's, yeah, as far as, like, him being in the main event, yeah, it's over. It's over. Like, he has nothing now as far as into it. Like, the most you could probably do is get him to do probably now European level fights at most, but that's even if.
Nah, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, he's still a name for like top fighters.
He could go back down to middleweight. He could go back down to middleweight.
Yeah,
I think 168 is too big for him. Yeah, 168.
He ain't gonna be fighting European level fighters, man. Like he ain't that bad fighter.
Oh no, I don't mean as far as skill set, but just as far as the drop that people are gonna do. I can see them reacting to it unless he somehow lands a fight.
He was gonna quit, you know.
That's it.
Daniel, if he won the title, the first thing he did, he would have vacated the title straight away because he don't want to fight Bubu Andrade, and he would have went on to the sunset. I'm glad he got his beating. You know what I mean? All the years there, he wasted Frank Warren's time of signing this guy. He's a disgrace. He's a bloody disgrace. 30 fights from 2009 up until now. He's a bloody disgrace. Frank shipped him off, right? To go somewhere else. He couldn't get the money every time he had a fight. What about them cancellations? The cancellations every bloody minute. This guy's, and he tried to get out of this one. Oh, we're going home. Going home for what? What was the reason, Billy Joe, that you wanted to go home? Because the ringside was a couple of 2 inches smaller. In fact, when you fought, did you even use the ring? When
he's never fought in a 22-inch ring.
So what was he asking for? He's asking for madness,
yeah,
because
he was trying to get under Canelo's skin.
You know what it was? He was scared out of his life, bro. And the reason why he got out there, right? He didn't show no respect. The fans and this guy's a disgrace. Him and his team, yeah, and his dad. I haven't seen his dad pop his head out since Eubank. They knew the beating was on the cards. My son is gonna get beaten down there, but it was a Mexican barbecue. Cinco de Mayo, and they barbecue. UK barbecue. They barbecued them UK, but hey, Daniel, how many UK bums they've been barbecuing down there? They got the Williams, they got the Smith, they got the Smith, they got the Saunders,
Josh Kelly,
they got the Taylors. Josh Taylor's gonna get his ass beat now.
Yeah, he better win next 2 weeks, man.
He better win. Because if Jose Ramirez beats him,
I said it to you in the chat. I said these Brits are getting hammered by Mexicans, man. I'm telling you, they're on a run of getting beat down.
He's gonna get
let me put it to this way. No, let me put it to this way. If Taylor loses to Ramirez, because this fight is outside of Fresno, yeah, it looks bad. Like if the fight was in Fresno, then he can say like, no, though, then the UK fighter got a dose of the home cooking that you guys usually enjoy. But oh man,
I mean Taylor.
Carfroch though. Carfroch giving rounds though, Daniel. Carfroch was giving him rounds. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, "What you did?"
I had it 4-4 before.
I gave Billy 2 rounds, man. 2 or 3 rounds.
I gave 2 rounds.
One or two rounds.
I thought Saunders was doing before that punch, before that uppercut that changed his life forever. I thought Billy Joe was doing all right in there. The only thing was that if he had power, like he would have caused Canelo real problems. He was connecting proper shots. The double jab was effective. I mean, if it was Better Beaver or someone big like Bivol, if someone was big and strong, connected with those shots, Canelo would be in serious trouble. Trouble.
You know what? That may be a good point, but maybe if he commits to those shots a bit more, maybe he could have gotten his respect. But he didn't want to commit. Yeah, he didn't want to commit on his shots. He was just trying to move and get out of the way.
He needed to like proper put like more. He was more pitter pattering. And that's why I said about Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is the same type of boxer.
No, Caleb Plant is harder. No. Caleb he's harder than Billy Joe Saunders. And then nothing.
I don't know about that.
He's natural. He's natural at 168. Billy Joe Saunders started his career when he came on amateurs. he was at thingy, bro. He was at 154. He ate himself up. Canelo Pat is a natural 168.
You know,
It's harder.
Like,
It's harder. Canelo's gonna have more trouble against Caleb.
Yeah, but he ain't a power.
Caleb Plant ain't gonna be landing on Canelo.
Yeah,
Canelo
but
is
he ain't a power
slippery.
puncher though. He's not a power puncher.
Who's not a power puncher?
Like, but like,
Plant. You talking about Plant?
No, yeah, Plant's not a power puncher.
But it's not that. It's not about power though, because you can't land on Canelo.
Well, yes, what you need power to stop Canelo. If you don't,
no, you don't.
Power, how you gonna stop him?
You do. Bro, that's what Edge you don't understand. Edge to beat Canelo, yeah, you need speed, bro. You need to be able to move out, get your shots in, and be able to sting him. Respect. That's what Mayweather did. Mayweather never had power to beat him. So what are you talking about?
Mayweather, you know what, though? Let me tell you this. There was a couple times in that fight that Mayweather got Canelo's respect. Canelo backed off of Mayweather in that fight.
Everyone knows Mayweather. Mayweather doesn't punch hard. What Mayweather did with him, he hit and didn't get hit. That's what you do. If you've ever been in the ring before and you're hitting thin air, you're gasping for air. If you throw punch by the air, you're gonna get tired. Canelo was throwing punches and missing, and Mayweather was landing and kept on doing that all the way through the fight, and it wore him out. That's what happened. So don't tell me about you need power. Canelo is slippery.
No.
Edge, you don't know nothing, Edge.
In that fight, that was 9 years ago. Yeah, when Mayweather fought him, that was 9 years ago. Canelo Alvarez. And in that fight, and this Billy Joe now, Canelo Alvarez, he would have won.
Edge, Mayweather still beats Canelo right now, bro. If they fought right now, Mayweather still beats him.
Yes, but Canelo, because Mayweather, no, he wouldn't beat. He would. No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't. This is what I'm saying to you. Look, this is what I'm saying to you.
How was it gonna Edge?
Can I say something?
When Canelo done an interview.
You don't know that, man. Be quiet, man.
Canelo done an interview. Canelo done an interview, yeah, and he said, "Do you know what? I was young, I was inexperienced, but if Mayweather fought me now, then I would beat Floyd Mayweather." I said, "No. If Mayweather was here now and at your peak, and then you're fighting Canelo at his peak, they would never fight." Because Mayweather can't go to 160 or 168. Canelo is his peak is at 168.
Mayweather beats Canelo because Canelo can't land on Mayweather. He needs to be. This is what you understand. The reason why Canelo can do what he is, he can't land. Canelo. Listen, let me tell you
Canelo
this. I'm gonna let everyone know this. Do you know actually in boxing, when you're younger, you're more dangerous? Do you know? You understand that? You know why? Because your conditioning is better, and you can carry on for ages. Canelo was younger than Mayweather by years. He couldn't do anything, and now he's older and he's slower. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? In boxing, the younger you are, the better it is for you. That's what boxing's about. When you get older, you're more accept. That's what people don't understand. So they tell you lies, right? Canelo was younger.
Are you saying that Canelo was a better fighter then than he is now?
Of course he was.
Come on, man.
All what's happened with Canelo, yeah, is his face. Look at opposition, pure UK bums, right? He ain't fought no May. Has he fought Mayweather? Has he fought a Mayweather type opponent since? Tell me. And then when he fought Lara, arguably he lost the fight, and against Trout he lost the fight, right? So how's he got any better? He's fought opposition not at the same caliber as Mayweather. So how can you say he got better? You know what I mean? You don't think, bro. Mayweather's.
What do you mean you guys don't think? You're the one that's
when you're younger,
bro.
Mike Tyson.
I don't know about that, but
when you're older, your timing goes. Man. The timing, you're old. When you're older, it's harder, bro. Billy, this is what I'm trying to use. I don't understand. Billy Joe Saunders and these guys, they're all 30 now. Canelo is coming at the tail end of his career.
He's young.
He's fighting guys he's supposed to beat. No one gave Billy Joe Saunders a shot. Let's see Canelo go in a fight where he's not the 100% favorite. When's that? Who's
that going to be?
Well, you know who that's going to be.
Burbeef.
Yeah, but that's moving up to another weight division.
He was there though.
Let him fight Anthony Joshua.
He was at light.
Do you know what I mean?
Edge is just arguing for the sake of arguing.
We're not arguing. You're the one that said. You're the one that said.
Edge, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. And my man Reese in the chat got eat. Listen, let me tell you. Here's the fight, doctor. It's unreasonable. Daniel, get on. Daniel, because I ain't heard Daniel for a while. Daniel, give some take. Go on, Daniel. Give some talk. Go on. Go ahead, Daniel.
Well, the main thing about it is Canelo's improved so much as a fighter as far as timing, as far as his defense, as far as his reflexes, that he's actually, like I say, he's better now than he was when it came to Floyd. The thing about it right now is
Can't say that. The opponents are whack, though. The opponents are whack.
No. Wait. No. You gotta because you gotta finish in that area. Because if you put him in a hypothetical match, and if you put him in a fight against Floyd now, just because of the fact that Floyd actually keeps himself in shape, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't let himself go when it comes in that area.
Yeah,
and so there's still a good chance that Mayweather beats him when it comes to the reflexes. The problem is Floyd's never going to try that at 160 or 168.
Nah, he's going to drain him. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he's going to drain it, but
exactly.
You know what? He's the A side. Yeah, because he's the A side, and that's what.
You're agreeing with me.
No, this is the part. No, this is the part though. Canelo has gained so much power now in the sport of boxing that he can just say, I don't have to do shit when you tell me you're going to fight at 168 or you're not going to fight.
Nah, but
that's why I said the fight won't happen hypothetically.
He hasn't got more power than Mayweather. But let's see the fight, doctor. Let's see the fight.
Well, speaking of Mayweather, I heard there was a rumor, the Daily Mail, I'm not sure how credible that publication is. They said that Floyd Mayweather was in talks to fight Billy Joe Saunders if he had beaten Canelo Alvarez.
I ain't trying to hear that.
Daily Mail's like the New York Post.
Fight doctor. Let's bring the fight doctor in. Fight doctor. Go ahead, fight doctor.
So I think I observed that Alvarez has problems with southpaws, and I think that is, at this point, you have to call that established fact. Okay, because I saw. Listen, I think it was the third round. Saunders came out and he refused to let Alvarez set his feet. And Alvarez can only punch when his feet are set. And so Saunders was making these little, these little subtle movements, little subtle feints, whatever it was that he was doing to disrupt Alvarez's rhythm. Alvarez was not able to set his feet, and he was not able to throw any punches. And he went through the round basically just following Saunders around the ring, not throwing punches, because every time Alvarez would get ready to set his feet to throw a punch, Saunders would move, and Alvarez would have to reset. Meanwhile, Saunders was on the move, popping with the jab and circling to his right. And I was just looking at this like Erislandy Lara all over again. Okay, this is actually Erislandy Lara / Floyd Mayweather doing this. Look, the blueprint has been set how to beat Alvarez. Don't let him set his feet. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So I don't buy into the narrative that this guy has actually improved since the Mayweather fight. He may have learned a couple of tricks, but fundamentally, he's the same guy, in my opinion.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but that's why I said Andrade will beat him, because Andrade is more stronger and powerful, a better version of Billy Joe Saunders. He will grow into 168 and beat him. That's why I said that when Canelo was at one, people are all giving Canelo praise and he's looking to unify. He had 3 belts at 160. Andrade had the other belt. Why did he not go after Andrade at that moment? But he didn't. He wanted to fight Yildirim, a mandatory. When they made him super. And remember this important fact.
Edge, get your timeline right. Get your timeline.
No.
Billy Joe Saunders, hold up. Billy Joe Saunders had the belt, right? And he was right in line there. Like I said to you, and that's why I played that clip of Billy Joe Saunders about Alvarez and Canelo Alvarez. The winner of that fight, he said he wants to fight the winner, right? When it happened after that, what did he do? He vacated. He was supposed to fight Bibo Andrade. Bibo Andrade was #1 contender for that belt. What did he do? He vacated on no nasal spray, and all that drama happened.
Yes.
And then they took and then Bibo Andrade had to wait about a year to get his title shot to fight for the vacant belt. In doing that, Canelo Alvarez moved up. So don't chat rubbish.
No. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm confused. Are you saying? Wait. Are you saying that when Andrade went to fight Billy Joe Saunders for the belts, Billy Joe Saunders got popped for drugs, and then he fought straight away for the vacant belt. So he was already a champion at that point.
It wasn't straight away. That's what I said.
It was.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
He fought for the vacant belt.
I know.
He won the belt at that fight.
And also, he wasn't a big enough name at that time for Thingy to look at. Alvarez wasn't looking at him.
So Callum Plant is a bigger name than Andrade. Really?
Bruv, he was at
Really?
the time.
Caleb Plant is a big enough name.
Edge, let me ask you a question. What did Bubu Andrade do anything to get a fight at Canelo? What did he do?
So what did
he do? Ask the question. What did he
Caleb Plant do? That's not the point.
That's
not the point.
What did he do?
That's not. What did Yildirim do? What did Yildirim do to fight Canelo? What did Yildirim do?
I'm asking you a question. What did Bubu Andrade do to say get a title shot at
He did
Canelo?
more than what Yildirim did, and he's got the fight against Canelo.
What did he do, Edge? What did he do to get a fight title? Are you gonna answer the question, yes or no? What did
he got a belt, didn't he? He got a belt, didn't he?
Who's he for?
Well, who's Yildirim for?
No. You're not
that's the question. Who did Canelo fight for?
You're asking my question with a question. I'm asking you, what did Bubu Andrade do to make him get a title shot, get a unification?
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
What did he do?
Irrelevant.
What did he do?
That's irrelevant.
What are you going to answer the question?
It's not about who do you fight to fight Canelo. It's not about that.
You don't answer the question, Edge. You don't answer the question.
I know, but because the question is irrelevant to the point.
Edge, answer for you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what I'm saying to say to you is that
that's why he never fought him.
That's why he never fought him.
Okay then. So why is Canelo? Who is Caleb Plant for? That makes Canelo want to fight Caleb Plant. Then
I'm asking your question because you didn't answer my question.
But you can't answer it. You can't answer your own question.
Let's move on.
You can't answer it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I asked you a blank, straight question. What did Bubu Andrade do, to make him say that he should get a fight with Canelo? Answer the question.
He fought for World Heavyweight Championship belt, which he won.
Who did he fight, Edge? Who did he fight, Edge?
He fought the African dude for the belt, and he won.
Edge, who is the African?
That's enough.
Dude, Edge? Who is the African dude, Edge?
He fought Liam Williams, and he beat him.
Liam Williams. So you're saying he beats Liam Williams, so that should give him a title shot against Canelo? Is that
Why
what you're
not?
saying?
He's a champion, isn't he?
This guy's crazy.
He's a champion.
This guy's smoking. Actually, give me a question.
Okay then. So what fight? Look. I gave you an answer. I gave you an answer.
Edge, you've asked my question. Now give me your question. I'll answer your question. Go ahead.
So who did Caleb Plant beat for him to fight? Who did Yildirim beat?
No, you give me two questions.
Okay, then who did Yildirim beat to deserve a fight against Canelo Alvarez?
So you see Yildirim. You see Yildirim had a fight with Darrell. You see that fight?
So you're trying to tell me?
No,
Okay.
Hold up. I'm asking you a question. You do it one by one. So you ask me a question. So listen to the answer. Yeah, he bashed up Darrell. Yeah, in a fight, close fight, and he lost a close points decision. That's what he is against Darrell.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that a loss deserves a fight against Canelo?
No, I don't. No, he doesn't.
So what I'm trying to tell you is, is that Canelo was made a super champion.
No,
that's why he was given a super champion.
Edge, this is what you're missing.
He was made.
Edge, this is what you're missing. Edge, this is what you're missing. Do you know who Darrell is? Do you know who Darrell is? Do you know Andre Darrell?
So has Canelo fought Darrell?
Edge, do you know who Andre Darrell is? Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who he is.
All right, so you see the South African guy. What's the South African guy's name? Tell me.
I forgot his name, man.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why he got the title shot. That's why. It's names, bro. It's all about names.
So what? So who's the better name?
He got the title shot. He had a good performance out there against Gerardi, even though against Darrell. That's why he got the title shot. So what I'm trying to say to you is that, right? What I'm trying to say to you is that, that's why he got the fight, and it's all about names. So because of the good outing, he got a shot. Now, what I'm trying to say to you is that Bubu Andrade, and even now, he ain't fought no one. What has he done at super middleweight? Has he done even not a middleweight? What has he even done? Like, what's he doing? Is he at middleweight? What's he done? He ain't doing nothing.
So okay then. So who did Caleb Plant beat for him to deserve to fight Canelo next?
So what, we asked another question. What are we doing here?
We're asking you questions. I'm asking you questions. No, that's how it works, right? Well, I mean, we can't ask each other questions no more?
It's finished, bruv. It's finished. It's finished. I already proved my point.
Can't answer questions no more?
Fight, doctor. Go ahead, fight, doctor. Let me fight, doctor. Go ahead. Let fight, doctor. Go on. Fight, doctor. Go ahead.
Come on, we need some sanity in there. Come on.
Nah, there's no sanity in it. Listen, today, Canelo.
You're not having it today, man. You're not having it sorted today.
My holiday, I'm celebrating with my Latino brothers, and I'm on there, bro. I'm drinking. I'm gonna join there. That was a good beating. Right, and let me tell you, as a spectacle, that was a very good fight. Billy Joe Saunders show good quality in the fight. He was durable for a certain amount of fight, but bro, when the beating was coming, bro, I would have liked him to get put on his back. Like, I wanted to see him get on his back like Conor McGregor and Mayweather. I wanted Conor McGregor so badly to be put on his back, and I wanted Billy Joe Saunders to be out on his back. But you know what? We've got pictures of memes of him with his eyes swell up. That's good enough. Have you seen his eye? He's got blood. Oh, listen, it looked like the whole of the eye, the area started swelling badly, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know, gone to the hospital to check it out and all that. So whatever, man. There's nothing wrong with his eye. His pride has been hurt more than anything. You know what I mean? That's what's happened with him. Billy Ho. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Anyone else say anything? PMC's been quiet for a while. Go ahead, PMC. Dan the man. Anyone?
Nah, man, it's just that yeah, man, as soon as he got punched, he just bailed out. It was grateful for him, so until he got hit. You know, so I mean, the ring generalship was there, everything. So
I think Fight Doctor's right. I think Fight Doctor's right in a to a point where, like, but I think that is half right. As in, Canelo has improved as a fighter overall, but in regards against southpaws, like, it's still difficult for him, and he got hit too. And I think Canelo got touched too much. Yeah, again with Billy Joe Saunders. And if that's somebody who's a bigger, tougher guy who's got tougher punch ability, then he will get hurt.
No. He the reason why he did that because they knew he could knock him out. That's why he rolled up on him, Edge. That's why.
But I don't think he struggles against southpaws. I don't think if he fights another southpaw with stronger power, he's not going to do it. I can guarantee you right now.
Go on, guarantee us, Edge.
Right now.
Guarantee.
You're saying I can guarantee. You say who did Andrade fought? I can guarantee you right now. Andrade will fight Triple G. Beat Triple G. He will beat Triple G. He'll beat Charlo, and Canelo still won't fight him. I can guarantee you that right now.
Listen, let me tell you something. Right, Canelo does what Canelo wants to do.
Of course he does.
You know what? Edge is. Let me tell you about the professional game. What you don't understand, yeah.
I understand
I'll let you.
understand.
It's like wrestling, yeah. I'm gonna let you know the inside secrets, right? When you're the A side, you don't give up. You don't give it up. Someone has to beat you out of it, right? Until then, I fight whoever I want to fight, and everyone gets paid, and we continue. Quote Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is 100% the bona fide A side when it comes to the Fury negotiations in everything, in the attendance, money, pay-per-view gate, the whole pie. Yeah. So when Anthony Joshua decides that he wants to fight Tyson Fury has two answers: yes or no, or we move on and someone else gets paid. That's as simple as that. When you're on top, you do not give up your board. You don't give up the board. So Canelo fights who he wants, and everyone sits there, and that's how it is. And this is how boxing is. That's why Marvin Hagler gets so much respect, because he didn't have to fight John the Beast Mugabe. He didn't have to fight someone like that, right? Who was a light middleweight, right? Moving up, right? At 154. Right? They give him credit fighting a contender. He didn't need to fight him. Why do you need to fight him for? You just fought Hans. Why do you need to fight him after him? And then you fought Duran. I mean, look at the resume. You got Duran, you got Hans, and you got John the Beast Mugabe. And then you fight Leonard. I mean, bruv, like 4 fights straight away, back to back hard fights. That's why Hagler is revered as one of the best of all time, because no one has to do that. What Canelo's doing is fighting the UK bums on the brigade, and I'm enjoying the barbecue. I like the smell. I like the taste of the UK.
More shrimp on the barbie.
Huh? What's that?
More shrimp on the barbie.
More shrimp on the barbecue. That's right.
What I'm saying.
That's right. I'm enjoying the barbecue, but Edge, behind. It's like wrestling. The indoor information you need to understand, Edge, is that when you're controlling the board, you do not give it up for nothing, for nobody. That's the way this game is played out, and it will play out until someone has to beat me out of my position. And then you don't beat me out of my position, I retire. That's how that works, and I retire nicely. You know what I mean? Simple as that. You don't give up your position. Clearly ain't never going to fight who you want. He'll fight when he feels and his team feels that this guy is ready for taking. Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah, I know he doesn't.
They looked at Billy Joe Saunders like I looked at him. No power.
And he would have fought Andrade a long time ago. So I know
Andrade don't bring that. Look at Andrade. He don't bring nothing, bro. What's he bringing? Like Charlotte
he's gonna bring a loss. His first loss. His second loss, actually.
Bro, what, you think Andrade's gonna beat Canelo? Is that
I think he'll beat him.
After
watching that performance against Billy Joe Saunders,
that last performance,
I think Andrade will.
Why you become a big fan of Andrade? When you become a big fan of Andrade, I never heard him before.
I've become a big fan of Andrade.
Yeah, because you know what you're putting Billy Joe. You was cheering Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, you're a fanboy.
Look, he's a Brit. I want fellow Brits to win.
What kind of rubbish is that?
But I'm not stupid enough to know that when you're fighting Canelo Alvarez is a big task. Do you know what I mean?
Bruv,
and he's not a hard puncher. He's not a hard puncher, and you can't fight
who's
Canelo
not
Alvarez and you're not a hard puncher and win.
I mean, Billy Joe Saunders is a straight bat out coward. In England and Europe, yeah, he does what he wants over there. That's what they like him, and they think he's funny. You know, when he's fighting David Lemieux and he missed a punch by Mark, that's David Lemieux. No one cares in the bigger scheme of things. No one cares about David Lemieux, but people care about Canelo. How about you when Canelo threw some punches? Why didn't he put his hand behind his back, and put his hand up there? Like, wow, that was a massive punch. Where was all the showmanship that he put in there?
He tried to do it. He tried to do the showmanship. That's why
he got battered. You know what? All the jokes stop right there. All the jokes stop right there.
And it's the same. And it's the same.
You know why? You know what? This is the first time. Yeah, he fought a live dog. And Canelo's even older. He's a live dog. He ain't fought in his whole of his career. He ain't never fought no live dog. Orton ain't never fought no live dog. That's the best guy.
And that's why I said when you get put to the test, that's when you really know. And when he got hurt in his eye, that's why I said when you talk about Dubois, it's easy to talk about Dubois in his eye when you haven't had it, when you haven't experienced it before. But when you experience and having a bad eye socket, then that's when you find out. And he found out very quick.
Yeah, look at this, people. Look at this. What this guy said. Look at this here. That's what he's there. That's what he is. That's Billy Joe Saunders. This is how disgusting it is. He said about one of his fellow Brits. That's what he said about Daniel Dubois. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. Look at his face. Look at his face here. There you go. Look at this. Look at him. Look at this guy. His eye is worse. If I bring Daniel Dubois' eye, Daniel Dubois still continued. Look at that. He's only got a little cut underneath there. That's not even that bad, man. Look at him. And when they grabbed it, he was forcing it shut, you know. I see him forcing it shut. He didn't want to open it. Oh, I'm done. I can't see. You know, I can't see. Stop the fight, you know. Mark Simpson, I mean, that was it. They got out of there. Mark Simpson said, you know what? Let me send him back out there. Let me get a beating. Send him back out there. Let him get a beating, bro. He deserved to get another beating. It wasn't enough. I didn't get my money as well. He needs to get beat. Them body shots Canelo was landing were beautiful, you know. Beautiful body shots in there. He was sneaking them in. Hey, Daniel and Fight Dog, what's your take on Mayweather's hair? Or Mayweather and Jake Paul?
Mayweather's a clown. And I can put it no other way. Mayweather's a clown. Always has been, always will be.
Come on, man. Look at that hairline. That's all you need to know how seriously he's taking this. Look at that hairline. That's all you need to know.
Hairline. He is like a zombie, bro. He is like a zombie, bro. He is like from the apocalypse. Like, so go ahead.
I'll say this: like when you try to pull off an angle that makes WWE look like the UFC, we know you don't care.
Embarrassed. He let them two. I don't think them brothers. If I was them two brothers, I'd pull out the fight. Only you control me. I don't. This guy here. You don't want to be in the ring with this guy here. This guy here will beat the shit. He will beat the shit out of Jake Paul. You know what I mean? Logan Paul. Logan Paul's gonna get smashed up. See Mayweather, right? When you look at his body build, right? This is what people think is fear. You know, you see someone who's big and powerful, yeah. But you see, have you ever seen Game of Thrones? You see the Viper versus the Mountain. You ever see when someone's small and quick, it's hard to hit them like a fly, and they keep moving around. Eventually, you get tired. That's what's gonna happen to Logan Paul. He's gonna be in the ring with someone he can't hit, and Mayweather's gonna be there hitting him, working him down until eventually he's gonna get beaten up. His best bet is the first round. After that, it's just downhill. You know
Eddie Hearn. I got breaking news, man. Eddie Hearn has just announced that that the fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is on announcement that's happening. So they're saying everything's been confirmed.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying everything's been confirmed. Yeah, so they're gonna announce it. They're gonna do a joint announcement between Matchroom, Top Rank, and everybody.
Okay, so basically he's saying exactly the same things that he's been saying last time. So this doesn't really mean shit. So
yeah, fake, man. Yeah, fake.
It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. I don't care. I don't care what Eddie says at this point. A used car salesman from Tampa, Florida, has more credibility than Eddie Hearn when it comes to this right now. You want me to believe it? Okay, made it come from Bob's mouth. When Bob says it, okay, then I'll believe it.
Come on, really? How everybody? I was with you, but then you said Bob Arum, man, and then I was like, nah, man, can't Bob Arum. Come on.
Yeah, Daniel knows what he's talking about. Go ahead, Daniel. Why would you think he got more credibility than my man? What he said?
Because all of this, okay, personally, all of this stuff is saying it just to make sure that Fury stays in the gym and doesn't find a coke dealer in Vegas. Because because with Fury, he actually needs to be in the gym training for something. He said it himself. He needs to be in there because otherwise he's gonna be in that bullshit again. And unfortunately, nothing that has been done says otherwise, because Eddie Hearn has been saying it's going to be announced next week for the past 6-7 weeks now.
To be fair, like what makes me believe that it was happening is that when I saw Tyson Fury talking with Eddie Hearn, and they've got an agreement in place that this fight is happening. That's what made me believe that this fight was happening. He went on Eddie Hearn's podcast, and like he wants this, and I think it's making me believe that this fight was happening. If this fight wasn't being happened and it was like being messed around and stuff, then Tyson Fury would not have been on his podcast. He would not have been having all these nice chats with Eddie Hearn and stuff. If this fight wasn't being made, I think behind the scenes they both were in agreement that this fight is happening.
Edge. Stop lying, Edge. We saw the podcast, right?
Stop lying.
He said the brother. You figures, yeah. When he got on the podcast, right? He got in the podcast to embarrass Andy Joshua. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, but he did. Yeah,
and the reason, and that's what he cared about. Now, in regards to the fight, he knows he's still in litigation with Wilder. He knows, and then Eddie Hearn knows.
Oh, come on, man! You're overplaying this litigation stuff.
What's happening. No, look. As far as I know you guys got in. I jumped in when you guys got into it. Here's the thing, though. As long as the arbitration is still hanging in the air, there's still something of a chance. Because if it was an open and shut case, an arbitrator would have just closed it already. The fact that it hasn't already been closed, like it's been settled, something tells me that there may be some legal issue that's probably pandemic related that says like we had to suspend, like you can't have this because the contract had to be this and this, and we weren't allowed this.
No, the reason why it's an open and shut case. The reason why it's not closed is because the fight between Anthony Joshua has not been made. That's the same reason why Usyk and Joy Joyce hasn't been made. The reason why everything has been on pause is the Mayweather effect. No one don't want to make no fights yet until the top guy chooses his opponent. When the top guy, which is AJ, chooses his opponent, then all the dominoes will come into effect, and that's what's happened. As soon as the AJ fight gets announced, then all the other fights around it will get announced. Wilder is still waiting. Wilder is still waiting to see if the Joshua thing was a fight. Because if Joshua and thing falls through, for example, let's say it doesn't happen, then Fury is going to fight Wilder. And then, do you know what I mean? Then Usyk is going to fight Joshua. Then all the other fights is going to get made. But until Joshua and Fury announce the fight, nothing is not going to happen.
Actually, no. This is what's going to happen. If the fight falls through, the WBO is going to strip Joshua of the belt. Usyk is still going to fight Joyce, but it's going to be for the vacant WBO belt.
No, they won't. They won't strip him. They won't strip him. They will fight. It's going to be Usyk for the. There's already an agreement in place that if the fight doesn't happen, then Usyk is going to fight Joshua for the belt. They're not going to. They can't strip him when he's still the champion. The only will strip him is if they ordered Usyk and he refuses to fight Usyk. But the WBO has said they've mandated Usyk to fight Joe Joyce as an elimination to fight Anthony Joshua's belt because they're doing this unification. But Usyk is waiting. Usyk is like, no, I'm not going to sign for this fight until I know for sure that Joshua Fury gets officially announced. When this fight gets officially announced, then I'm going to sign to fight Joyce. But it's no point him signing to fight Joyce and then the fight falls through.
Yeah, because I get it. There's no point of an Eddie Hearn fighter signing a fight with a Frank Warren fighter until Eddie says so. That part you get. But the problem is, as far as I know, the WBO still lives by the reputation of two fights to the pond. Like on this side of the Atlantic, they're called We're Bob's organization, and the WBO, they're the Warren Boxing Organization. So they'll wind up stripping Joshua. Like if it was the IBF, they would have done it already because the IBF doesn't play.
That's what I'm saying. If they would have planned to strip, like for example, if they stripped Anthony Joshua of the WBO belt, then the Joyce and Usyk fight would have happened already because then it's for belt. Do you know what I mean? But because
that's everybody's. I agree that everybody's waiting for that area, but
Yeah.
What I'm telling you, like saying is, as soon as it falls through, that's what the WWE was going to do, because it's going to make them more money. Because it's going to make them more money. Because whoever unifies it then has to face Usyk, and then they're still going to make them more money. Eddie still wins as far as making the money.
Yeah, Eddie wins no matter what. Like, but
yeah,
because he's making the plans. But but back to what the arbitration, the legal stuff has got nothing to do with this fight being made, because this fight will happen. There's open and shut case to me based on the legal arguments of both. Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? But in regards to Deontay Wilder,
Edge, he's in litigation. Stop rubbish. Let's talk about the scorecard. I don't want to hear no rubbish.
Talking about, man. We're talking about.
So I gave Canelo 2 rounds. Yeah. Funny enough, yeah, like Canelo on all three scorecards. Yeah. No, in all 3 score, they gave Billy Joe Saunders the first round. Right, and that's what. And then the next round, everyone gave him round 5, and then one of the judges actually gave Billy Joe Saunders round 8. In the fight, you know what I mean? But that was it. But the score.
So how many rounds was it in total then? What was the round score?
What was the round? It was what? It was round 8. There was 8 rounds, isn't it?
It was 8 rounds. Yeah,
8 rounds. So the total was someone was about 174 to 78. So Canelo 78, but one of them had it 75, 77. So they gave Saunders 3 rounds. But I think that was fair, right? I gave it 2. I didn't give him 3, no more than 3. I gave it 2. Carl Froch, yeah, that this guy Maddox, yeah, had it a draw. He actually had, you know, the thing on the telecast, they had to cut him off. He gave the round to Saunders. He said Saunders was winning the fight. They had to just lick off that guy off the air. I had it 4-4 as well. I had it a draw. Up until the 8th round.
What are you watching? Up until the 8th round, I had Saunders.
Yeah,
I had Saunders. No, the problem was with Canelo. The problem with Canelo was that Fight Doctor was right.
Tell me how you had that draw.
Because Fight Doctor was right. The problem with Canelo, and the same thing that happened in the Kovalev fight. The only way that Canelo punches is if he gets set. And the problem with Saunders that he wasn't making him set, and because he wasn't set, he wasn't throwing enough punches.
Edge, you know the criteria of boxing. Edge, what's the criteria of professional boxing? Do you know?
The criteria for in regards to what? Scoring fights?
Yeah.
You know, it depends. Every judge was judged.
Answer the question. What's the
answer the question? You're not you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
What's the criteria? What's the
first criteria is clean punching. That's the first criteria.
I know it's clean, effective, right? That means power, emphasis on power.
No, not power, man. It's not really. Not really.
Canelo was landing the clean and effective punches. So there's no draw in this, man. There's no draw in this. So what are you talking about?
Oh my, look. If you come on, really? If it was based on clean, effective punches, then Triple G would have beaten Canelo. Lara would have won against Canelo. Trump would have won against Canelo. If it's based on the scoring criteria, but we know it's not, though, innit?
I didn't give Lara winning that fight. I don't care what anyone says. Canelo won that fight. Lara, I don't give a shit what anyone says about that. I ain't having that shit.
Based on your criteria,
Canelo won that fight. Lara came in into a fucking run, yeah, and I wasn't happy with it.
This is it.
He was talking. Lara was talking mad smack going into that fight. And when he got into that fight, that man ran around that ring, yeah, and was hoping to win a point. Nah, I wasn't pleased with him. I wasn't pleased with Lara at all. And Canelo was landing some bombs on him. I was happy. Trout. Only thing I was upset with, I thought Trout beat Canelo.
Man,
but that was.
I can't debate with you, man. When you're too pissed at Saunders right now.
I want him to get beat down, bro. I want the beating to be even more severe. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't. He needed to get smacked up. I mean, there's pictures of him. Look at this picture here, right? There's pictures of him with his ears flapping and him getting smashed up. He should have been more. He should have been smashed up. PMC's gone. I mean, he should have got bashed up moving more, man. Like, there's a lot of people, PMC and other people. I think certain people put money down on Saunders. They're all quiet. A lot of people are quiet. You know what I mean? But that's how it is. See, you pick the A side for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Billy Joe Saunders had nothing for Canelo. No power, no pop, but other than his mouth and his antics.
I didn't think that Canelo was going to stop Saunders. I thought Canelo was going to win on points because I didn't think Saunders had the power.
That's why he lost a couple of rounds, Edge, because he was trying to stop him. He was trying to, and the thing is, the 2 minute the round, what did Dad say? They're trying to kill his legs. They're trying to. That's what I think. They're trying to kill. Well, boy, they didn't tell nothing to his legs. He did it himself. He tried to see Mark Tibbs.
The reason why he got caught with the uppercut is because he was trying to be too funny. He was trying to be too. If this is what, and that's the same thing with Tyson Fury. That's why he got knocked out with Tyson by Deontay Wilder, because he's trying to be too cocky. Have your hands down. He's trying to.
So he fights though. He fight against the butt.
I know that's how he fights, but when you're fighting like this, there's certain times when you need to kind of have a little bit of respect.
Respect. There you go. You know what, Edge? Thank you, Edge. You're starting to get it now. When you fight bum opposition, Edge, you know what you do, Edge? You disrespect. There, you starting to understand how this game working now. When you fight good caliber fighters, you show respect. When you fight bums, you treat them like bums, and he disrespects them. And this is why he got treated like a bum. So that's why he got beat down. And he deserved to get beat down, and let him know and feel like all the opponents that he tried to mock and take the mick out. And he tried to mock Canelo. And Canelo was like, yo, okay. You see, Canelo brought the crowd in. Canelo knew he hurt him. There was one body shot Canelo landed on him, and I knew it would hurt him. I think it was around 6. And I was like, yo, he's in pain, bro. I could see Billy was in pain. He was in pain a lot of the time. His body was hurting him, and then his eye got smashed up. I
think with the body punch, I think he covered up with the body. I think when I saw the uppercut, I knew he was in trouble. I saw the uppercut, and
but he was cut when you see when
that wasn't good.
See the thing is, you see the thing is, they worked him out. The reason why they threw that right uppercut, right, is because Billy went in there. He always ducks underneath the punches.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. He had his hands down. He bends.
They bend. But the thing is, he usually has his hands up. But when he hit him to the body, then when he bent his head down, his head was his hand.
He had his head too low, man. I don't know why.
His head went straight into the uppercut, and that was it, bro. It was
man, that was the problem from then. From when he got hit with the uppercut, then I knew he was in trouble, man.
Look at this picture. I had the picture of the chicken out from Time. I had the chicken from Time, the runner. You know what I mean? This guy put on, you know what I mean, about boxing and all that stuff, that Billy Joe is a genius in the ring and all that. Rubbish, man. Rubbish. He's been fighting subpar competition. His resume shows that. He ain't fought no one. He fought he started his career in 2009. He fighting bums. He's been built up on Frank Warren's bum brigade. And the moment Frank Warren left him, Eddie Hearn served him up like bacon. And that's what it was. It was a UK bacon barbecue. That's what that was. That's how it is, man. And you know what? Man. And you know what? As a fight fan, you want the best. You want the best to win. And that's what happened. Everyone's cutting. Who's cutting out? Fight Dr. Cutter. Everyone's leaving out here. I don't care. I'll carry on. I'm gonna roast Billy Joe Saunders probably all night. Where's my cup? I'm gonna roast. I don't care.
Rampage.
I roasted him all night, man. I roasted Daniel. Jump on the barbecue, Daniel. You got any form Billy Ho? You feel sorry for Billy Ho, Daniel?
Wait. Okay, now. No, when it comes to like I said, I shit on Billy Ho whenever I can, because he's done enough shit to piss me off in so many ways. And he's been the beneficiary of a lot of UK home cooking. Mm-hmm. We all know what happened in the Akimov fight, and in that area. But at the end of the day, when he started to cry about the 22-foot ring, I thought, okay, he's going to pull out of the fight. And that's like, this is going to be like the third time that when it's a world caliber fight that can put him on the map, he just falls apart because, at this point, there's no reason to believe him at all about the Triple G situation. No way to believe him at all. And we know that he popped against Andrade before he was able to fight Andrade. And if he would have pulled him, that's the third time. To me, that would have been like an admission. Like, okay, the admission that Billy Joe Saunders or his team, or a combination of both, they believe, okay, we're not world caliber. We're really not world caliber. We're European caliber at best. And that's what they should move. And I said, like, WBO then should just strip him of the belt, and they had to have Canelo fight whoever they had on standby for the bacon belt. He was able to make it, and then he had some success in that area, because that some fighters just have problems with certain styles in southpaw, good defensive styles. That's one of Canelo's problem areas. But at the end of the day, when you look at the fight, Billy, his only hope was to throw Canelo off his game plan completely. Just have him bum rush, act him make him act like David Lemieux acted. The problem is that Canelo is more cerebral than that, and when Canelo wants to punish you, he prolongs the punishment. He doesn't try to end it quickly. He just prolongs it. Like we all saw what he did against Chavez Jr. Like he made Chavez Jr. suffer for 12 rounds because he was that pissed off at him. And that's what was happening at this fight at a certain point. Like at a certain point, he started getting mad. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna torture you for this fight. And he just won, and he just happened to land that one punch. And now we don't know what's going on. Obviously, Saunders is in the hospital right now.
Yeah, man. Like at the end of the day, I think Saunders was doing well, considering he hadn't got no power. I think he was doing well in that fight. You know, I think he could have done better. I just think that Canelo, like everyone's making out this was a fantastic performance from Canelo, but I don't think this was Canelo's best performance. Like against that, I think he was struggling. There were certain rounds when he was struggling to throw a punch.
He's an undefeated fighter, bro. Like Billy's tricky.
Undefeated.
He beat Billy, like no one else. I think that was a very good. You gotta understand, yeah. I'm not looking for someone to come in, not get in a shower and not get hit with rain. Nah. What I'm talking about is an entertaining fight where a guy, Billy, because look, you remember the fight is supposed to be competitive. It was a very good performance because Billy wasn't trying to be willingly. He had to break the man's spirit. You understand? When Billy was in there, he was trying. Billy was actually trying to win the fight. He was trying to output him because you can see he's an amateur. Like he's fighting amateur. He was trying to win the fight and trying to show respect, but Canelo had to beat it out of him, and in doing so, he took some shots. He wasn't hurt too much. He had a bit of swelling around the eye, but it was nothing. But that performance was it was better than the Yildirim fight. That was a more competitive fight. Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders put a better performance against that fight than in Yildirim, and he goes on and he's unified the division now. The Katie Plant fight, more of the same. I think Plant's got a better chance though, than Billy Joe Saunders. To be fair, I think he's got a better chance. You know what I mean? Because he hits a bit harder. But the same result probably is going to happen. You know, Plant, he's injured a lot of time, and Canelo hits too hard, man. He hits too hard, you know. Simple as that.
I think Canelo hasn't got the power at 168. He hasn't got the power. Like he stopped Billy Joe because of his eye. I think if he never got caught in his eye, I think it would have been a lot closer. Canelo still would have won because when it was if it's like, based on my scorecards, I had it at 4-4. So if it went to the last round and it's that tight, Canelo's going to win it. He's always going to win it.
Bruv, your scorecard's whack, right?
Man, we're talking about.
You're saying your scorecard's whack and you say he ain't got power. Of course he's got power. Look what he did to his face and his body. Beat the hell out of him. This guy's Yildirim's a natural 168, you know, and Billy Joe Saunders been there for a minute. Like them guys.
Yeah, but Rocky Ford is a natural 168, isn't he?
No, he's not natural. No, he's not, man. That's what I told you. This is why he punches lightweight. He punches light. He got no power. He had more power at middleweight. He's got no power. Like, as you got the weight edge, you know you lose the power, right? Unlike
that's why I said.
Unlike Manny Pacquiao. Unlike Manny Pacquiao, when you got the weight, you
No, but anyway, that's another story. He's on the juice.
Yeah, well, that's what everyone was saying, because he can't. Don't make no sense as you go up the weights. Yeah. Like, look, Billy eye socket. There's nothing wrong with his eye socket. It's a lie, man. No, look, your scorecard's terrible, and Canelo's got power. He's got power up there. He's got frightening power. You know what I mean? In fact, Mayweather was to fight him at what them sort of weights. Shit, Mayweather would be in trouble, bro. He hit hard, like he hits harder than weights there. You know, but the Mayweather wouldn't fight him at them weights. They say, look, if you want to fight me at 154 or 152, whatever that bullshit is, and drain him. You know what I mean? That's why that fight wouldn't happen, right? But listen, Canelo is like, you know, is he the best pound for pound on that performance? You know, I don't know. Well, I think so right now. I think beating Billy Joe Saunders in the manner we beat him, all right, I had Crawford number one, but I'm gonna have to officially hear him on live on my own channel that Canelo Alvarez, after beating Billy Joe Saunders, and I enjoyed it, the UK barbecue, he is my official pound for pound number one. I concede that he's number one pound for pound after the way he beat Billy Joe Saunders. It was a
I think Canelo is pound for pound because he's fought bigger names than what Crawford has done on the way to winning multiple belts.
No. It's the manner of the way Crawford's been stopping everything in his tracks. But the way he beat Billy Joe Saunders, took him out like that. That was very impressive. So on that performance, I've made him number one pound for pound now.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's fair enough. He beat Saunders, but I weren't convinced.
He battered him. He battered up.
I wouldn't say battered. You're stretching it now. You're stretching.
No, I'm not, bruv. Listen, the man's gone to hospital, bruv. He's for orbital bone, probably ribs,
Yeah, but
broken ribs. I bet he's got broken ribs as well. Like he's got battered. he got absolutely battered in that fight. As you go watch it, bruv. Them body shots he was throwing, right? I was listening to on IG. I was listening to Zab Judah. And he was saying, number one thing about Canelo goes, them body shots. There's one thing I know about Canelo. He goes, them body shots, they ain't no joke, bro. They ain't no joke. And I was listening to him, like, because these are guys who sparred him on the build up towards the thing. And they said he's been breaking people's ribs in the sparring. And he said that he hit so hard to the body. And that's exactly what he did. He committed to the body like no one else. He just committed, boom, 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 relentlessly going to the body. And then when he ready, he brought it up top. And that was it. Like, but it was Billy. Let me see. Mark Tibbs, yeah, he's so-called the best trainer and all them things there. What was their bloody game plan? Remember, you need to go to Mark Tibbs. You need to go to Mark Tibbs. So what was Mark Tibbs' game plan in that fight? Do you know? Run. Is that what it was? Is that what we're trying to do? Well, Billy, you need to show him. You need to show him respect. That's what Mark Tibbs did. You need to show him respect. You need to pull it on him, back him up. Let him know that you're the daddy. Listen, bro, it doesn't matter what game plan you had for him. You're just gonna get your ass, you got handed to him, you know. Mark Tibbs, bro, like no one can save you. No one can save you in that corner, man. That beat was complete, bro. We need to stand for everyone's comments, by the way. Go ahead, boys. Edge. You need to jump on board with it and get rid of the Union Jack. Get rid of Union Jack here, and this be no flags, and you'll be a happier person. So much for happy. Yeah.
All right. Whatever, man.
Yeah,
Anyway,
abandon the flags, Egg. It's not gonna help you, bro. Because you see, boxing is a sport, yeah. Like you can carry the flags. All you're gonna do, you get your heart broken. Like you know what Ricky Hatton, yeah, when he went for Mayweather for that fight, right? I watched that fight, and I saw the build up from Sky and Ricky Hatton, and I saw Mayweather building up. So I like both of them. But when it came to the middle of the ring, yeah. And Tyrese was singing the American national anthem, and the UK fans, started booing. They started booing. I said, yo, that's it. I can't take that. I'm not rolling with that. That's disrespectful. I wasn't on it, and I changed at that point. I said, nah. I'm going with Mayweather. I don't like the disrespect the UK fans were showing Mayweather, and that was it. Like up until that, I thought, I was like a Ricky Hatton guy. I was like, nah, Ricky, this should be a 50-50 fight. When it came to the fight,
man. Look, Canelo looks busted up as well.
Nah, he was
like he just arrived at the press conference. Yeah.
Right now?
Right
now, the press conference on right now, Daniel.
Yeah, it's on the Zone. It's on like the Zone, I think, YouTube channel.
All right. Yeah. Let me get there. Are you turning up? Who's got
no. Some guy named K Artist Sports has it.
I saw when he broke his cheekbone, and I went back to the corner and I told Eddie that I didn't continue. When you break a cheekbone, you can risk your life and you can't continue that way.
This is for Eddie and Canelo. Have you guys discussed how you're going to move forward from here now that you deal with that after this fight?
That's a conversation to be able to settle. I mean, obviously, we had a 2-fight deal. It's been the most incredible experience. We've done a great job. We'll work very well together. Hopefully, we can continue the relationship for a long time.
Oh yeah, I forgot it is a 2-fight deal. That means that probably means the Plan and Benavidez are out of the question.
Why is that?
Because come on, Eddie doesn't want to deal with Al right now.
Yeah. Eddie's cool with Al. Why would you say that? Eddie's got no problem with Al here.
No, because if Eddie's going to deal with Al, it's going to be involving Wilder. It's not going to be involving this. Like it's going to be. It's going to be a situation where then they're going to have to break the contract early, and then Canelo has to go on PBC.
Caleb Planet's not beating Canelo Alvarez, so it don't matter. It's not beating Canelo Alvarez.
I know, but this is the thing. That means Eddie has to deal with Al, and Eddie doesn't want to deal with Al, just like Eddie doesn't want to deal with Frank.
Why'd you say that for? No, man, they get along. No, man, that's bullshit. They get along all the time. Ruiz, he done Ruiz and stuff like that. They always deal with each other all the time, man. No, man, Eddie got no problem with no one. It's Bob Arum talking about it.
No, Oscar has no problem with it. Like I said,
Oscar got a problem with Al Heyman. Oscar's got a problem with Al Heyman. You know what I mean?
No es justo porque
Si quieren subo a completo para ver si los tengo contentos ya con eso, ¿no? No, la verdad es que
Daniel, translate. I know you know Spanish, Danny. Go on.
Estamos haciendo lo que debemos de hacer, decir una historia.
I'm trying to hear it right up.
Okay.
Más contento no estoy. Digan lo que digan, al final de cuentas, cuando me retire, la historia va a estar ahí.
Y en ese sentido, justamente si, porque tarde que se puede llegar a eso, vamos a traer los Chavos, los Andrade, los Golovkin, todavía, si ellos quieren, ya tienen que subir a 168 o con alguien se puede bajar a 168.
Estamos ganando a los campeones, estamos ganándole a los campeones, le ganamos a Smith, que era campeón de la AMB y de Bill Magazine, le acabamos de ganar a Saunders, que es el campeón de la 168, y el campeón de la 160, vamos por plan, y después vamos a ver qué sale, pero después de Saúl, pues sí lo que quieren es que pierda y a la gente se quieren ponerle peleadores más pesados, peleadores de otras divisiones. Hacemos nuestro trabajo.
Interesting that that Reynoso actually jumped in on that rather than having Canelo answer that. Because Canelo got asked about Golovkin and Boo Boo and both Charlos.
Mm-hmm.
So and then he got asked, okay, these are the champions that have been calling you out. Would they have to move up to 168? And before Canelo answers, Reynoso jumped in.
What did Reynoso say?
No, Reynoso said, like, look, we beat these guys at this weight. Our next target is planned. I'm like,
that's it. There you go.
I'm like, but that's unfortunately one of the narratives that keeps following with Canelo is that, well, to put it bluntly, there's a lot of hoteps. Let's put it bluntly, hoteps that believe that Canelo just doesn't want to fight any black fighters.
No, well, he's fought black fighters. That's not new. That he wants to be undisputed.
Yeah. No, that's what it says. But this is what the hoteps think.
Nah, man, I don't worry about no hotep. He doesn't. I don't hear no bullshit.
Hey, do you know what? Yeah, do you know what? There's this big question is looming over this whole thing. Yeah, is that does Chris Eubank win his bet?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Saunders made Eubank some money.
I know, because there's a video of Chris Eubank Jr. laughing.
yeah, good. Yeah, well, but Eubank's an idiot anyway, because Eubank wants to fight Saunders, but you see, the thing is, Eubank would probably lose to Saunders again. So I don't know what he's talking about.
I know Eubank, man. He's a funny guy.
He loses to Saunders again. Daniel, carry on the press conference. Go ahead, Daniel.
Right up, I gotta put it back.
Whether or not they move up the division.
Let me see. Right now Andra's trying to jump in. He's doing the Keith Thurman thing.
Oh, he's an idiot.
Don't touch me, son.
Get the fuck out of here, because I'm gonna fuck you out right now.
Yeah, Andrade, put it on him.
No, that's like Andrade's entourage just saying that shit.
You never will get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter.
Yeah, that's gonna feed the Hotep narrative even more.
What is this Hotep thing? What are you talking about, bro? Hotep? What the fuck is Hotep? Is that a fucking using for black people? What the fuck, Hotep? Daniel, what's it? Fuck you talking
okay,
about?
you know,
what does that mean?
No, it's like the whole thing, like with the whole Egyptian cross, like they adopted it with the Daishiki hats, and the Dr. Umar thing. Like they believe that any fight. Well, right now their whole thing is back black fighters at all costs.
Yeah, listen, Daniel, listen. Black people are gonna support black fighters. That's the way.
That's the way it is. But
religion,
when you take it to an umpteenth degree,
religion ain't got no nothing. Like black people.
No, what I mean is that the symbol they co-opted. They co-opted the cross.
Some people, they support their own fighters like Mexican warrior fighters. If they feel that blah, whatever. That's their business. Like, I don't worry about no freaking. You can't be no religion. This boxing's not no religion. Then it's just people. That's how people's opinions are, right?
I know that's one area, but that's one area. But
if you're talking about, why don't you just say the LDBC? That's much clearer than like relating to them. If you say the LDBC, then that makes sense. Like
no, because LDBC, some of them have common sense.
No, they haven't. Like, no, not really.
Some of them have common sense and saying to the fact that they don't always have to back it in just because they're a black fighter.
How about this, Daniel? Just label who you're talking about. Just don't label a community because end of the day, that's not right. It's like saying Christians.
No. When I talk about it, when I talk into it, when that aspect is just that the whole thing of like people that take it to an extreme. I'm just gonna call it out the way it is. And
the whole
even if you're wrong about it, you still fall through with it. And
bro, but you have to. It's better just call out the people you're talking about. Like,
really. See, look, man, Andrade's coming out, man. He's doing a Shannon Briggs, man. He's calling the dude out, man. That's what I like. But the dad, he should have not got the dad involved. The dad should have just like stayed in the background. The dad go like, Dad, let me handle this.
Yeah, that was the whole that messed up the whole thing. I'm just like, when your crews get involved, that's when it gets bad.
That's what exactly. He should have let his dad. The dad ruined the whole thing. He could have stayed in there, carried on doing a little back and forth, and then do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and then Canelo went, "Oh, who have you fought?" I'm like, come on. Don't even bother. Like, Aldo went, who's Yildirim for? Do you know what I mean? Yildirim don't even got a belt and he fought him.
I told you he ain't fought no one, but that's the truth. He ain't
but
fought
Yildirim
no
ain't even got a belt and he ain't fought and he fought him.
Yildirim, don't forget, why you mentioned Yildirim for?
Yildirim don't even have a belt.
Bruv,
Remember when the WBC,
hold up, bro. He ain't a two-weight champion, bro. My man's a
Yildirim ain't a two-weight champion. He ain't a nothing champion.
Hey, bro. Booba Andrade is crashed the man's part. Let's talk about him. Yildirim's got nothing to do with this. Booba Andrade wants to fight my man, and I'm trying to tell you, when Canelo looks at him, he's like, bro, why do I need to fight you? That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. Yildirim, these Yildirim, and them guys there,
but that's what I'm saying. But we have to say,
why did Booba Andrade fight? Who's the Booba Andrade's last?
But you have to have the same energy that you're having for Billy Joe Saunders. The same energy that you're having for Billy Joe Saunders. You have to have that same energy for Canelo.
Billy Joe Saunders say,
I'm not fighting you because who have you fought, and then go and fight Yildirim.
What did Liam
You can't do that.
What did Liam Williams do? To earn a fight at Booba Andrade. What did he do?
He became mandatory.
No, he wasn't mandatory. He's a bloody bum. He didn't fight no one.
It doesn't matter.
Frank Warren paid for him. Frank Warren paid that guy who won the WBO to get a title. You don't understand.
Now you talk conspiracy theories.
That's what you don't understand. You understand. Canelo is not giving ground, yeah? Hey, Canelo's not giving ground for no Booba Andrade.
Canelo was WBC champion. Yeah, he was WBC champion at 160. Yeah. They made Charlo mandatory to fight Canelo Alvarez. So what do they go and do? They go and made Canelo Alvarez franchise. The reason why the WBC made Canelo franchise.
Daniel.
The reason why.
Daniel, do you want to see
why? You know it's true.
No one wants to see that fight. Edge. No one wants to see that fight. Edge. No one wants to see Charlo
Canelo. No one wants to see Charlo.
I want to see Charlo.
Put in the chat. Does anybody who in the chat want to see Charlo versus Canelo?
No, I didn't say that. No one.
Okay, but what exactly? Who's Charlo for?
Bro, who was the
Charlo for?
Who wants to see Booba Andrade versus Canelo Alvarez? Who will see that? I don't.
Everyone wants to see it. You trying to say? You trying to tell me? All right.
Daniel.
Okay.
Daniel. Do you want to see that fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Andrade presents a skill set.
Exactly.
That can bother Canelo.
Exactly. Who? Like, come off it. You trying to tell me that we was like, oh, we don't want to see Canelo fight Andrade because we really wanted to fight Real Jim instead? Come on. Who you trying to kid? You can't even say that with a straight face. Come on.
I don't want to see that fight.
Yeah, come on. These days, look, we all know we want to see look.
I want to see him, yeah, because Boo Boo's at middleweight, right? He's at super middleweight. I want to see him fight Caleb Plant. I want him to see Undisputed. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? After that, yeah, I want to see the Booba Andrade fight, but I don't want to see it now. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't saying I don't want to see it. I want to see it now.
I mean, look, to be honest with you, look, I don't care about the Caleb Plant fight. I don't really care about it. I have no interest in it. I don't really care about Caleb Plant fight because I know what's going to happen. The same thing happened to Billy Joe. The same thing will happen to Caleb Plant. We all know it. I know it. You know it. And the whole world knows it. Everyone in the chat knows it. Eddie Hearn knows it. Canelo knows it. His trainer knows it. PBC knows it. Al Heyman knows it. So everyone knows it. But the fact of the matter is, with Andrade, he knows it's going to be his last loss. Like, one thing I don't like is if Canelo Alvarez said, you know what, I don't want to fight you. I don't like you. I don't want to fight you. I'd rather him saying that than him saying, "Oh, who have you fought?" Because then we can go down your resume and say, "Who you fought?" Do you know what I mean? We can go down Canelo and say, "Well, why? If you're franchise champion, because franchise means that you can be free to fight whoever you want to fight, make the big fights, and then you go and fight Yildirim." Like, what's that about?
You need to get off that one, bro. Like, leave that. No one.
No, but I can't. Yeah, but I can't get off that one because it's a fact, though, isn't it? It's a fact.
No one cares
like,
about Yildirim. No one cares about Yildirim.
But why do you fight Yildirim if no one don't care about it?
Yeah, bro. He can fight who he wants. He's Canelo Alvarez. He can fight who he wants. That's the way boxing is.
I know he can fight whoever he wants.
I want Andy Joshua to fight Wilder. Did it happen? No. So what? I have to get over it. So to get over it, bro. That's it.
I'm over Joshua and Wilder. I know, but Wilder didn't want it. Wilder didn't want it. He was a beast, man. He didn't want it. That's why they're the fight.
I never want Andy Joshua to fight Fury. I always wanted to fight Wilder. That's the fight
I wanted to fight Wilder. But if Wilder don't want it, don't want it.
What I'm saying to you is that we don't get what you want, so get over it. So there's no point talking about some old fight that no one cares about. No one cares about Yildirim, Canelo. It's like I could talk about Canelo fighting bloody Liam Smith and Callum Smith and all these bums, man. I don't want to look, bro. I didn't care about.
I know, but but at the same breath, you can't go and say to Andrade, who have you fought? Like, do you know what I mean?
No, I can't because he hasn't fought no one.
Same thing you're saying about Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders.
What weight is Canelo?
He's talking smack.
What weight is Canelo?
And then he got called out on it.
What weight is Canelo?
168.
What weight is Buba Andrade?
160.
So why are we even on the same plane? Unless you come into my division.
No, come on, really? Like, don't EJ, don't even bother trying to pull that
what's he waiting for?
Don't try and pull that stuff, really.
What's he got to do?
Really?
Hold up. What's he got to do?
So Canelo went for Kovalev, two weights above him. Why are we talking about Kovalev?
All you got to do, vacate your belt. All you got to do is vacate your belt. Come up and fight the number one contender. Put yourself in the Manchu spot, and we're good to go. That's all that I want.
Look.
EJ, it's a WBO.
Andrade.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
wait. EJ. Remember, he is the WBO champion. The WBO has the same rules as the WBC. He can immediately challenge Canelo if he wants.
No, listen. Let me say something. Yeah. See, if Caleb Plant had the belt, right? Buba Andrade's been sitting there for longest. If he was smart, he could have checkmate Canelo. Could have went up there and unified. He could have went up there and fought Caleb Plant, knocked him out, and then Canelo had to see him. That's what you got to do. Like,
no, I agree with you there. I agree, and that's what he needs to do. And now, what he can do is he can just pull a chess move and go, you know what? Now you're the WBO. Now Canelo's the WBO. I'm moving up, and I want immediate mandatory against Canelo Alvarez.
That's what he has. And he can do it.
That's what. And if Andre is smart, if Andre is smart, that's what he will do. He goes, you know what? Now you unified. I'm moving up, and I want my immediate mandatory. I'll wait until he fights Caleb Plant. He unifies all the belts, and then I move up, and then it's going to be a unification fight. Straight up. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do.
Well,
and then that means that Canelo will have to vacate. Canelo has the choice either to fight him or have him to vacate. And Canelo will be backed into a corner because he can't go, oh, I don't want to fight my mandatory, because then he goes, why do you fight Yildirim then? Why do you fight Yildirim? Yeah, if you don't want to fight mandatories. Do you know what I mean? So now he has to force Canelo to vacate the belt. Like he did against Triple G.
Everyone's talking about my man quit everywhere, all over YouTube. Billy Joe Saunders quit. Yeah,
Saunders is getting dragged. He needs to
get dragged, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that's it. Buba Andrade, right? Now, for all purposes, I want to see unification for the Caleb Plant. I don't care about the other stuff, man. I'm not, unless you're in my line, in my way, then cool. You know what I'm saying? Like Canelo with Eddie Hearn, and nothing about Eddie Hearn being with him. He's not making Canelo do catch weights like Oscar De La Hoya, and it's much easier. You know, Oscar De La Hoya is out the way. It's easier for Canelo to get negotiations quickly and done. You know, because I'll tell you what, thingy, when he was Oscar De La Hoya, it seemed like it was harder because Oscar had his own intentions, really. You know what I mean?
But yeah, he's a promoter. Of course he has his own intentions.
Yeah, he had his own bloody thing going on. Why's this guy's camera shaking? Hey, Dan, you still watching the press conference? What's going on? Is quiet down? What's happening in the press conference?
I lowered it down because I know you guys were going to want to hear what you guys are saying.
No, yeah, turn it back up. Right.
Number one pound for pound.
No one says that.
They do on all of the rankings. They have him and Terrence Crawford.
Only ESPN says that.
Oh no, they're talking. Yeah, somebody asked about like if he feels his pound for pound.
Yo creo que pues, los más importantes me ponen como número uno. Entonces hay que dejar si me siguen poniendo como número uno. Al final ellos son los que nos ponen en el número uno, ¿no? Yo sigo haciendo mi trabajo y si soy o no soy, yo me siento desde que empecé. Cuando era amateur me sentía mejor de los amateurs, cuando empecé a profesional me sentía mejor en lo que estaba. Hoy me siento mejor y siempre me voy a sentir el mejor aunque no me catalogue. I think.
Oh man. Well, he did the typical politician responses. He doesn't care who names him number one because somebody asked him like, you know that these bodies to have you number one, this bodies have Terrence Crawford the number one. He's like he doesn't care. And they're done. And Eddie's walking away. Like I said, there's no announcement because there's nothing to announce.
The shit again. Eddie's lying again, like as usual.
This is why I said a used car salesman, when it comes to the situation with Fury and Joshua, a used car salesman in Tampa has more credibility than Eddie Hearn in this stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, and the reason I said, like, say when Bob mentioned that I want to hear from Bob, Bob hasn't been making any promises. Bob's been saying, like, look, we're still negotiating, and he's been saying, like, look, I don't think we're gonna make it this year. He's already pivoting, saying, like, look, we may have to fight out. We may not have a choice. So that's the situation that's fallen into it because right now there's no reason. You would have made the announcement already. Like it would have been simulcast. Bob would have been somewhere, but he didn't make the announcement. So that tells me like it's still not going to happen. It's likely never going to happen, at least this year. And now probably they're going to wind up trying to fight Wilder because Fury, like I said, Fury needs to be in the ring for his own health. He needs to be in the ring.
Yo, so, let me play. Yeah, I can see. I don't know. I don't care about that fight, bro. Because Fury's gonna get his ass beat like Billy Joe. So let me hear this Boo Boo Andrade thing. Because Boo Boo's out here talking reckless. Let me hear Edge's boy. And he ain't really Edge's boy. But Edge just wants to see Canelo lose because Billy Joe Saunders got lost. That's what it is.
When can we make it happen though? What do you think? What do you think? Fight with nobody. Okay. And you are not champion, but
and there's his dad.
Go ahead. It's okay. Okay, a lot of people haven't fought nobody. What you mean, bro? Who he fight? I just asked you a question. I said, who are you doing this right now? What you mean? No, what you mean? Get out of here. What the fuck you? Don't talk to my dad like that, bro. Fuck you. We don't get to ask you a simple question. Let's go. Fuck you. Get the. Get Come. Big bitch. Fuck you. All right. You got tough? Hey. Get the fuck out of here. Congratulate you, bro. What your mouth? What your mouth, bro? Hey. You got God's place. What? Hey, of God, I'm going to fight him. You guys don't get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter. Compete me then. Compete me. Horrible fighter. Compete me, bro. Compete me then. Beat somebody first. Beat somebody first yourself. I know that. Watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth. I see you was on. Yeah. I see you outside. Yeah, man. That's the key, man. That's the key.
Next question, please.
Boo-Boo's crazy about what I see.
Well, yeah,
it's crazy.
They missed the part where Canelo was saying, "If you don't get out, I will fuck you up right here."
Oh yeah. They probably got that. But you see the thing is that whole thing with Booba Andrade? Why are you bringing your dad there, disrespecting my dad? Like, why are you even jumping on the man's press conference, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to? That's what they did to the Floyd. Like when Floyd beat Marquez, Bernard Hopkins, and Sheamus, it's real disrespectful. Like the man just finished the fight. And you out here trying to say when you gonna fight me, and then he goes, "It's true." Can I go? When you gonna fight a real fight? Who you fought? Like,
but here's the situation, EJ. There's a precedent for Canelo setting fights when you piss him off at a press conference. Laura did it, and that's how Laura got the fight with
Canelo just said he ain't fighting him, right? I'm fighting Killer Plant.
He also said he wasn't fighting Laura until Laura pulled that shit.
Nah. He don't know, bro. Like, they already laid out. They're going off the Caleb plan, and then Booba Andrade there. Like for him to get that shot at Canelo, first and foremost, you need to come up in the division. Canelo done looking at you, he's like, bro, get out of here. You already look at. You see with Lara, he said, "Who's this guy?" And Oscar's they get him out of it. Canelo looked at him face to face. Said, okay, I'll give you a fight. But you see with him, he knows who Boo Boo Andrade is, and he don't recognize him as that. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like Boo Boo, that's a punk move, man. Come on, man.
The thing with that, this is the thing with Andrade. This is the thing with Andrade, and unfortunately, he has sabotaged himself. He has sabotaged himself a lot outside of the ring. Like when listening to Jay-Z, when he didn't need to listen to Jay-Z, right when he was going to get a big Showtime fight with Mel, listening to Jay-Z and then having that fall apart. Like every single thing that he does, he has a way to fall apart, unfortunately, outside of the ring, and it's cost him a lot, unfortunately. And he's trying to rebuild it back up, but it's going to be tough. He's lost a lot of time.
Nah, but he's got a lot of money. Like, listen, financially, all them guys are getting paid. Now, the thing is, guys need legacy fights, right? So he's at 160. So why are you not trying to, like you said with the Charlo, why are you not securing your division and do something? Like Canelo's doing all the heavy lifting, fighting, being busy. Some of them guys we don't recognize, but he's doing all the heavy lifting. He's unifying his division. So if you really want that attention, you do that in your division, and then let's go. Then that would make the fight bigger. Why he fight? He should go back in negotiations with the Charlo and get that fight. If you're a unification fight, then your stock goes up, in it. That's the way things are. You can't be there fighting Liam Smiths and then all of a sudden the next day you're pulling Canelo. Like, who's really realistically gonna give Booba Andrade a chance? Because Edge is not here no more because he got ran off because he's just it's so pathetic. You know what I mean? I'm just happy for Canelo to beat down Billy Joe Saunders, and I'm still celebrating. That's what I'm still doing. And you need to stop with that hotep because people are gonna get offended to that.
I know, no, and that part, like I said, if people do get offended, I do apologize.
Yeah, because it's like almost as saying like if you're a Christian or something, like your religion when it comes to boxing, that's the whole thing. You have to be more specific. Like if you're saying if you said this channel or that channel, then just say that. I'd rather you say than label. I don't label, like I would never label whole people, because then people support a job, they're into whatever they're into. I ain't gonna label them all that the whole, because I know that they don't even follow boxing. They don't even follow boxing like that. It's only a couple of people who are into that follow boxing. You couldn't just label the whole bloody race.
I'm not labeling the bloody thing.
You said the whole tip.
No, I said but that's a specific group.
No,
I'm not
why you just say the group then? Who is it then? Who you talking about? Black people? What are you talking about?
No. There's a certain sector of the boxing community.
Yeah, who are they?
No. There's a certain sector. I don't look at their name.
What's their channel's name? So I know.
No, I don't know, because I don't look at their channels. That's the thing.
But I look. Say their name, bro. That's
the thing. I don't look at their channels.
If they don't know their name, it doesn't matter what they did. It doesn't matter what they think. Then doesn't matter what they think. They're not really important.
No, that part I understand. That part I understand. That's why I said I apologize to say it.
Yeah, because see me, right? When it comes to people, right? If I don't like them, acknowledge them, I will not listen to their opinion. I don't really care. But as it pertains to boxing, like I said, when you come here wearing the flags or anything like that, you're gonna get embarrassed. You know what I mean? Wilder was fighting on Black History Month, right? He said, "I'm gonna do it for Black History Month," right? And we as obviously people of black origin, when he got beat on that day, it burned. But it's the same day. Like, what am I going to do? Go sit there and complain and cry? He got beat down by the better man that day, Fury, and he complained and whined, and that's what happened. And that's why people need to be more genuine and be honest about situations. You know what I'm saying? And not making excuses for their fighters. At the end of the day, if they sit there and become a fanboy, because to be fair, in this sport, Daniel, when someone's a fanboy, all they can do is get their heart broken. What's up, Aztec 101? Billy Joe Saunders, what's my man? What's he saying about? I heard Billy Joe Saunders is asking for a bigger bed in that hospital. See, that shit's funny.
Well, everything is bigger in Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas.
No, but you see, but you know how he's asking for the ring, like ringside. Yeah, but you see this. I'm saying, see, we can all sit back and laugh at the mistakes, and also we could appreciate people when they commend themselves when they do bullshit, and that's how you want to keep that kind of energy on specifically people that you don't agree with. Like, see, like me, I think I was arguing with this. Listen to this, Daniel. Listen to this, right? I'll mention his name. I don't care. World Breaker. I think his name World Breaker or Lion Killer, whatever he calls himself right now. Right now, he said right that Joe Louis is a retard. That's what he is. So he says he's actually. He said, listen to this. He says he's mentally not incognizant. I can tell. And I said, how you can tell? That's the way he talks. Because there's an article saying that he was retard. How is he a retard? Do you know he was a sergeant major in the army? And I goes, who said he's a retard? It goes, oh, he done an IQ test. And I go, do you know them tests back then were racist, right? The same test they say Muhammad Ali wasn't smart. But would you say Muhammad Ali wasn't smart? He goes, no, I wouldn't. So when me and him got into it, but this is about one of the heroes of boxing, Joe Louis. He's trying to convince people that Joe Louis is a retard. And I was like, are you crazy? The man went so far to make a video, said there's sensitive people. I was like, bro, it's not sensitive. How can you say something so ridiculous? You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say to you in effect, Daniel, is that there's idiots on YouTube, right? With their perspective, what they believe, and there's people who are not. But I would not label like people of that, like, because there's some people I don't get. Like, I get along with you and whoever just talks sensible boxing most of the time. I mean, other than you wind me up about my betting slips.
Yeah.
But other than that, bro, we get like a house on fire. And tonight was
it's
a great
made
night.
up proof up. I made up.
Yeah. And today was a beautiful night for boxing. Today was a beautiful night for boxing. I give Canelo his props. For me, he's pound for pound. I got him pound for pound number one. Actively beating up Billy Joe Saunders. It was a pleasure, man. That was a good beating. And you know, I want to see him against Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant's got a better chance than Billy Joe Saunders, by the way, but I don't think nothing more than that. You know what I mean? I was go ahead.
As far as skill set, I would probably say more likely just because he's the natural super middleweight.
Yeah.
In that sense, but with the thing that Caleb Plants do, like, first of all, he's got a hand injury.
And weak.
And right now, the timetable should be fine for September. It's not going to be that way. It's not going to be that way because Caleb Plant could have had this fight already in December last year. He could have had it. It was right there, served on a silver platter for him.
What's Mexican holiday? What's Mexico's Independence Day? Is that September?
That's September.
Oh yeah, that's it. They'll probably fight then. Because Canelo only fight on the Mexican holidays in Texas. They need to come back to Texas. It was beautiful. That, by the way, that's the biggest indoor crowd since the pandemic. That's another breaking thing as well. I think they need to come back to Texas and beat Canelo back, because at the end of the day, the way I look at Canelo, he might as well stay there. The arena that wasn't the thingy stadium though, was it? That wasn't the Cowboy Stadium, was it? It was a smaller one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It wasn't. That's the same one Pacquiao was in. Same stadium Pacquiao was in.
Yes,
it wasn't. It wasn't okay. They didn't open up the whole. Did they open up the whole arena? Was it?
No. They can't open up the whole arena.
Yeah, it was half.
It was only they can only do it to a certain amount of capacity.
Yeah. All right, so they need to go back to Texas, right? Open up a bit more, maybe a bit more the arena, and beat Caleb Plant is his biggest ever payday, and that's it, because he's another injured guy, and he'll be good though because he can talk and it'll be a good press conference. But Canelo's gonna beat him as well, and Canelo will become undisputed. I think after that, what did Canelo Alvarez do? I mean, he's gonna beat Caleb Plant. What did he do after that?
He said he's going to stay at 168 regardless.
Oh, okay. After he beats him, he's going to stay at 168, right?
Mm-hmm. He's going to stay at 168, which makes sense.
Well, but hey, you know the fight everyone wants to see though, really, isn't it? The Benavidez fight, right? Verdo, that's your boy, right? Is it Verdo? No, Verdo's the Gilbert Ramirez. See, that's what I'm saying. There were some good guys at World 68, man. It's a shame. Gilbert Ramirez, I think he's moved out the division. And
yeah, he's a light heavyweight. He's with Golden Boy right now.
He's dumb, man. He's dumb. He should come right back down into that division and challenge him. You know what I'm saying?
No, he can't. The thing is, he can't make the weight. It's the same thing. It's almost the same thing with Benavidez.
Yeah.
With Benavidez, you have to see whether he can make the weight now consistently, because and even though he says like he messed away, like this guy used to weigh 300 pounds, and so his body is used to being naturally bigger, and his body's naturally bigger.
Well,
so
like, he hadn't done nothing with light heavy, but let's go back to Benavidez, right? Benavidez as a true shot at beating Canelo Alvarez. Absolutely true shot. He's young, he's big, he's naturally strong, and to be fair, that'll be a biggest threat that Canelo will ever face. You know what I mean?
No,
I think
he's still legitimately the biggest threat.
Yeah, but I think Canelo has the power still to probably upset thingy, but he can. But the thing is, with Benavidez, he can throw some hands. What's up, IQ Academy? I think that's my man Xavier Miller right there, man. Big up to Xavier Miller and my man Dillian White. Yeah, congratulations on your win. Yeah, I think that's the threat, the number one threat at super middleweight. And remember, he used to have the WBC belt. He should be next in line. I think that fight, rather than the Boo Boo Andrade fight, would that actually fight fans would want to see. I think you beat Caleb Plant, right? In however that gets done, you become undisputed, and then you fight Benavidez. I think that would be a wicked way to end your career. Maybe. What do you think? You think that's a good thing?
No, he's not gonna. That's the thing. We don't know when he's gonna end his career.
When he gets his ass whipped,
we don't know, because that's the whole thing. Think about it. He's been a champion. He's been both a champion and a professional for more than literally half his life.
Oh yeah, from the age of 15, right? Was it 15?
From the age of 15, he's been a professional fighter. Like, this is pretty much all he knows to do, and we don't know what he's going to do after. Because what's going to be interesting to see is, because right now he doesn't want to do anything as far as actually being a promoter. He doesn't feel like he's going to make the same mistake that Oscar did in trying to be a promoter and a top level fighter at the same time, and actually be a serious promoter. He'll probably look at that afterward, like when he actually retires, because he'll have a lot of power at that point. And because I'm looking right now at the rankings for that would be good for 168. So in WBC, number one is still Benavidez, David Lemieux, which is a fight that Golden Boy wanted to make for a while, just a stay busy fight. And then Danny Jacobs. And then Callum Smith, and then Anthony Durrell.
Yeah.
On the WBA front, there's this guy, David Morrell, because he's technically the regular champion. Fedor Chuvinov, who is a silver champion or temporary champion. Then after that, Aidos Yabernuli, then Benavidez, then again Lemieux, then Jacobs. This hasn't been updated a bit because after that is Edward Berlanga. Berlanga has no business right now being ranked at all right now.
Yeah. Oh, you're reading on the thing. Yeah, but you see that the thing is, the tastier fights is the Benavidez fight, because everyone knows that he was like the number one guy at the division, even though he lost the belt or brought the belt back again. Hey, Zab, 2 rounds. You get me? You had him killing up 5-2. Yeah, that's how the scorecard. I think the guy Tim. Was it Chetaham? He only gave Canelo. He gave Billy 3 rounds. He gave Billy the last round. How could he give Billy? How did he give Billy? Hold on. No, he didn't. He had Billy losing the last round. He gave Billy the 6. Hold on. Billy Joe Saunders. He gave Billy Joe Saunders the 7th round. The round before. Yeah, you know what? He did all right in the 7th.
Yeah.
They don't right in the 7th.
All those scorecards are fair. All those scorecards are fair.
What, the 3 rounds? Do you have Billy Joe Saunders winning the first round?
It was close. It was close because that was just a feel around for a lot of fights, and the thing is, he was more active with the jab. and that helped push it into the fight. But then at that point, Canelo got warmed up, so it became easier to do. Like you can give Saunders 2 at the most 3 rounds in this fight.
2 rounds, yeah, 2 rounds. That's exactly how it was. 2-2-5. I mean, that scorecard's right on point, man. I mean, that's the way I saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing all right, but he didn't have no power to his shot. I remember the professional game, it's not amateur. Like you need to have power. Billy, to me, still fights like an amateur for all the career and everything he did. He still fights like a high level amateur, and he's been allowed to get away with it. After 8 rounds, I had it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Canelo, right? Okay, by 1 round. Yeah, Edge had it a draw, man. I was like, yeah, exactly. There he is. Edge is back again. There he is.
10.
You're back again.
Okay.
You want some more?
Hey, man, I lost connection there.
Yeah, whatever, man. You was getting that work.
I'm getting no work, man. I work 9 to 5. I work 9 to 5.
Okay, well, the people that gave the round 10-10, I can understand why, but I can't understand Chris Mannix's card. Like Chris Mannix actually had.
Chris Mannix is crazy. He had Billy Joe Saunders in front, right?
Yeah.
No, but what? The card was right. Chris Mannix's card. He
had Canelo up by 2 rounds. You know, Billy Joe Saunders up by 2 rounds.
Up until the 8th round. Up until the 8th round, I had Saunders winning.
Man, bro. You listen. And this is why, listen, Edge, please, bro. I swear, Edge, you're hurting me. You're hurting my ears, bro.
Look. At the end of the day, yeah, Canelo won. He won. He got the deserved win.
Look at this.
He busted his eye socket.
I'm asking my man X, yeah? Hey, X, would you think like my man should retire on his stool with the punch? I've seen Evander Holyfield, even Mike Tyson, yeah, when Buster Douglas when he got beat. I've seen many guys, yeah, been hit and hurt, and they will refuse to say, nah, I don't want to quit. There's no way, yeah, that man, yeah, should have just retired on his stool. Look at this. This injury is just he just knew he was getting battered, and he's like, what's the point? I got my 3 million, I can run back to my thing. Because, bruv, you understand, like, your whole career is on the line. Like this, Roberto Duran, yeah, when he quit and went back to Panama, do you know how long it took, yeah, to get that stain off his back when he quit against Sugar Ray Leonard?
I see youths now, like kids now.
Okay, let me see. It's horrible. You know what I mean? Billy Joe Saunders, yeah, for his bullying antics and the way he carries on, he should have stood there and got his beating. You know what I mean? He should have sat there and got his beating. What's this say again? A lot of people at the commentary. Oh, the commentary was bad.
I don't know what the hell Carl Froch was talking about.
Carl Froch it's crazy. They were biased. Even I went on Twitter. If you want to go on Twitter, check out Teddy Atlas's thing. He goes, I think Carl Froch is a bit biased. It's like, bruv, all of them were getting Maddox and Carl. They're and even Sergio Mora, who's usually unbiased. He was in there as well, giving rounds to. They were just giving Billy Joe Saunders rounds. So it's like, what are you doing? What are we doing here? Like you could hear the thuds of Canelo's punches all over my man's body. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, after the quote he made about Daniel Dubois. Yeah, let me bring the quote up. I've got the quote with Daniel Dubois. If you haven't seen it, this is what Billy Joe Saunders said about Daniel Dubois. Look at this here. EJ's got everything out here, bro. You know what I mean? That's what he said. That's what read it out, Daniel.
Yeah, Billy Joe Saunders. I'd rather go out with my post stop than take a knee like Daniel Dubois. Now, the thing I think if it's a domestic fight, which we're talking about here, Dubois versus Joyce, it was a domestic fight, but it had world title implications.
Yes, it did.
I understand when it comes to in-country personal rivalries, how you get into it. Once you get into a certain stage, though, you have to think about your health.
No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Fighters don't think about their health. They fight on. If you're in the gym with a fighter, Daniel, right? And this is what guys know, and Zab knows this, right? You have to pull them out, right? Because they don't know their face is getting battered, their eyes is getting pulled. They'll continue fighting. Blood, and this is inspiring, you know. Like they'll continue fighting. It's up for the trainers to look out for them. That's how it is. When the fighter sits there and blatantly, you can see him like Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis. You know, Mike Tyson wanted to quit. He wanted to quit, but the thing he wouldn't let him because they didn't want Mike Tyson staying in his career. They let him go back out there and let him try to earn it because maybe he could turn it because he's Mike Tyson and he had power. Billy, in this case, Billy know he had no power. and he had nothing, but all he had is his big mouth. That's all he had. That's all he had. But you know what? If you know, a mark of a man is his character, and Billy went out there with that one eye and continued to fight. Yeah, people say, "Yo, this guy, you know, he's one of them guys that he's about what he said. He's a truthful, but he didn't, and he needs to get rightly thing. And some of the stuff he said about Daniel Boy about a knee, he said, I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't do this and this and that. I'm a fighting man. Travelers don't quit. I'd rather die than quit. Everything he said, he had to eat. He had to eat everything he said there. Everything, and he has to eat it. You see, you can't play at boxing. You should know that. You know what I mean? At some point along, Frank Warren was protecting his career for the majority of his career. When he got with Eddie Hearn went to get him off the books, right? Because he ain't making no money with him. He ain't making no money with you. So he said, I want to get you off the books and put you in a mega fight where you can make money. And also, if you win the fight, we continue with you. But if I lose, I need to get rid of you because you're wasting my time. And that's what it is. I want to prove that you can fight. Man, look at you. Eddie, you're not backing me. I never heard that before in my life. Why do you need your promoter to back you? You should have been training. I mean, Mark Tibbs out there is supposed to be a superior trainer out there. What did he have to do? What did he do? Yeah, go on. You need to get his respect. Get what respect? What? Billy never believed he could win the fight in the first place, mate, Mark. Wait. Listen, the beam was a good one. After this broadcast, I'm going back to watch it again because that was a good, Billy Joe Saunders will disappear just like Prince Nassim Hamid, exactly. Rabinski, 1978, exactly. That's what Hamid did as well. The moment he got his beaten, right? I'll give Hamid a bit more credit. He fought one fight, but he never fought no names, and that was it. He was happy fighting bums or guys, lower tier guys. That's what he was. This was the end of the quote. Yeah, he said, furthermore, exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's done with him. What we got here?
You look at the grades, the eyes, the faces. We get through that. That's the path in life we choose for a living. We punch people in the face and get punched in the face.
There you go. That's what we is. Read this one, Daniel. Go ahead, Daniel.
Canelo was landing a lead hook to the body early. Yeah, the first punch was like a left hook to the body. Yeah. Slowing Billy down, the uppercuts to the body. I'm shocked that people did not see that was the game plan to get Billy to stand. People are okay. The thing is, everybody should know that Canelo Alvarez, whatever combination he will always throw, always has at least one body punch in there. Like it's almost mandatory if you see a Canelo Alvarez combination that is going to be a body shot involved. He invested in the body early. Whenever Saunders tried to pivot him so he can land his left, he landed an uppercut to the body to counter.
Wow, read that one out, Daniel. Go ahead.
If my two eye sockets were broken, my jaw's broken, my teeth were out, my nose was smashed, and my brains were beaten, I was not stopping until I was knocked out or worse. No, at that point, no, your corner should stop you.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. You see what my man is talking about? This is the mentality of the fighter. The fighter is a danger to themselves. You have to look out for them. You know what I mean? They'll fight. They'll continue fighting because that's all they know how. And what Billy showed us that he ain't like that. He ain't like that. He's a pretender. And you know, I was listening to Teddy Atlas's breakdown. You guys need to check it out. He said, well, there's nothing special about Billy Joe. He hasn't got a great jab. He hasn't got a great left hand. There's nothing. He's just an ordinary fighter. His resume shows that. And you know, Teddy Atlas, this is what Teddy said. Teddy Atlas tells the truth because his resume shows that he's been picked against guys that, you know, are nothing special. It shows his career. He's not really ambitious. You know what I mean? And when he got put in there, and this is the first time he's been put in there against a guy where, you know, Eubank, he knew he could beat Eubank because Eubank was like, well, he ain't done nothing in the amateurs. They knew because Eubank was fighting softies as well, right? And he's still fighting. Look at Eubank now, fighting bums as well, right? When he got put in there, this is the real deal. When you're put in there, you're put in there. Read this out, Daniel. Read this one out. My man, that's that.
Okay, Billy's legs slowed down, then he had to stand more. That's where he appeared to have success. But that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, okay, people expected. I don't know if people expected Canelo to bum rush Billy in the first fight. Like, he was never going to do that. He was always going to counter. He was always going to land body shots. He was always going to miss early because that's what you know into it. But the thing is,
he fought like an amateur. Billy fought like an amateur. I watched amateur fight. He was just point scoring. He never once. When he tried to put like Mark Tibbs here, said, look, you need to pull it on him. He tried to do that, and Canelo slipped his power punches. And then he right after that, he thought, rat a tat tat. But you see, because his hands are down, he's been because of the opposition he's facing. And this is what I said to Edge. He's allowed to get away with that when he against them opposition. But when you step up a class, they make you pay for everything. So when he had his hands down, right, Canelo said, okay, cool, let me slide out and put the uppercut to the body. And he kept doing that, because he knew eventually, right, he's gonna bring his hands down around his ribs, and that caused the uppercut. And that's when he realized this is gonna get worse. You know what I mean? And Billy sat there, so he's beating the shit out of me. I'm getting busted up. Get me out of here. He came out. Oh, you baggers Saunders too. Anyone? Yeah, I'm on that. I want to see that, but I don't think Billy Joe wants that. Billy Joe off this loss, his career, his confidence, he ain't going back. And you back with you back going in that. You back will be sitting there licking his lips on that one. Go ahead, Daniel.
No, that's actually a decent fight, because that's what I said. Like, at a certain point, this puts Saunders, if he comes back, at the European level at best right now.
You think so? I think he's still world class. I think he's still at world level.
Yeah, and then that point, then why not do a fight with Eubanks at that point? Because neither of you have done anything of major significance as a note.
Yeah, he won't fight him. He won't fight him. Billy Joe Saunders is off. He's off for about another 2 years, man. He's off the books, man. He's off the books. And Eddie doesn't care. Because you know what? When Eddie signed him, you got to remember, when a promoter signs a fighter, they have to get their money back, right, Daniel? And with Billy Joe Saunders and Frank Warren never got his return from Billy. I think he had the Eubank fight and maybe the new fight against that bum. But Frank never, and all the investment he put into Billy Joe Saunders from the start of his career, he looks at him as what a waste of an investment. And that's what he was. He's a waste, right? At least Eddie Hearn, he got his money back straight away. $3 million. And, he invested, I think Eddie probably invested about maybe 1.5 mil, but he got $3 million. And also he got the Canelo money. Eddie, at least I got my money back. Eddie doesn't really care about the money, but at least he got his money back and I can get rid of him, because at the end of the day, he's a waste of space. He started his career in 2009 and he only had 30 fights. This man's fighting like 3 fights a year, bruv, against no one. Like, get him off the books. I don't want to see Billy Joe Saunders again, to be fair. When I see him in interviews, I'm just gonna snub him straight away. You got nothing. Him and David Hay with their toe gate, they ain't got nothing saying. You know what I mean? David, that's what David Hay. When you see David Hay, he's always sour because he still remembers how he went with his toe. You know what I mean? And that's what Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, I can't watch Khan and Brook. No, I don't want to watch Khan and Brook too either. Joshua and Fury's is announced next week. No. Daniel, go ahead. Daniel, comment on that. Go on, Daniel.
I think people heard about that already, because this is the same thing that they're gonna say again and again and again. Like, at a certain point, they just have to admit, like, this fight's not gonna happen this year, because unfortunately you're counting on Saudi Arabia money to save you at this point, when more than likely the Saudi Arabians are still mad that they lost Hajj last year because of the pandemic. And they lost a lot of money because of the pandemic, and it doesn't look like they're going to be coming back to Hajj anytime soon, which is, like I said, it's a big thing, and it's one of the most sacred things you can do. Like, one of the few mandatory things you need to do as a Muslim is to go to Mecca for Hajj. And they lost that in the pandemic for a while, and now they don't have the money to make it up, because Saudi Arabia is trying to bribe anybody and everybody, like, to clean up their image for human rights abuses, for when they killed Khashoggi. That's why they threw all the money at WWE beforehand, so they could help them clean up the image. And if you haven't noticed, WWE doesn't look like they're going to be going to Saudi Arabia anytime soon.
Yeah, so WWE, man, in that situation, they should know better. Like, you know what I mean? They don't want women wrestling, and they did a women's revolution, and they don't like. Anyways, we're talking about wrestling, but I don't disagree with WWE in that situation. Do you know what I mean? They shouldn't have went into Saudi Arabia and done all those events. They took the money, and do you know what I mean? That was bang out of order, man. That was bang out of order. Yeah. But, like, I trust Eddie Hearn, and when he tells me he's 100% done, when he says it's 100% done, then I believe Eddie Hearn.
Hey,
Eddie Hearn does talk bullshit a lot, but he talks bullshit when he's hyping up fights. When he's saying, Kell Brook and what was that and Frankie Gavin, that's one of the best fights on pay-per-view. then you're talking shit. Then I'm like, Eddie, you're talking shit. I'm not paying for that.
No,
I'm not. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Hey,
But-
Edge,
but-
I
but he-
give you. Edge, I'll give you this, right? I agree. I like the optimism about it, and I really want it. But Daniel laying it down, and he's from the other side of the pond, and he's not having none of Eddie's bullshit. You know what I mean? He's not
I
having
know,
none
but
of
the
it.
other side of the pond, they still call it Hearns. Hey man, Hearns.
But that's but Daniel doesn't. But what I'm saying is that Daniel will call it straight down the line. What's up, Habitat? And also in regards to Billy Joe Saunders, maybe in regards of I don't if it's the same as Kell Brook, then he needs to retire anyway. Because what's the point of carrying on? But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you go into these fights, and he's really supposed to be a wizard defensively, and he's supposed to use his legs. That's why they had the ring, right? They had the ring, the extra ring around it. They didn't even use it. What was the point of having the ring? And the big thing about
That
the
was
ring,
all the smoke screen. It was all like, trying to get Canelo rattled and all that. That's all it was.
Well, you see, look, Holyfield's eye was closed exactly when he fought Riddick Bowe. You see, the thing is, we all know this stuff, We all know what fighters endure, right, to go through this thing. Billy didn't want none of it,
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that there's fighters that's gone through with sort of like let's say Ebony Bridges. Her eye was like looking like a flipping cricket ball when she was fighting, and she still carried on till the end. So I understand that fighters go through it. But me, I'm different in because if Ebony Bridges quit, I would not be upset with her for quitting if because of her eyes looking like that. Do you know what I mean? Then I would not.
She was tough.
I would not be upset with her for that. Do you know what I mean?
No, but she was. Yeah, her eye was bad, but she was tough, right? She was tough, She was tough.
Give her extra points for carrying on. But like, if she did quit, if she goes, you know what, I can't see, and the fight was stopped, then I would not be like pissed off at her and say, why did you? I mean,
terrible. The eye was terrible. The corner didn't know what they were doing because the eye shouldn't really get to that point, that state. They should have done something. They should have bring the healing down. But see, Billy didn't even want that. They asked him, I can't see. Brother, I've been in sparring partners with fighters that coach, I can't see out my eyes. So, brother, move your head then. Straight, bro.
I know, but if you can't see one eye, then you right to his fist.
No, because if I said to the kid, get out of the ring, you're done. Yeah, he'd be no. That's what I said. Look, move your head, keep your hands up. That's what you do. Julian Jackson, I was closed when he fought Graham. Oh yeah, Harold the Bomber Graham. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, the kid's not coming out of the ring. He's like, nah. He's just informing me that he can't see. So Mark Tibbs, he goes, you can't see. All right, we're out. That's it. We're gone. We're out of it. I mean, what's that? What's that? You didn't want to try, man. Nah, I'm brutal. You're right, Zab. I'm brutal, but I don't care. Like, because I know the fighter. The fighter doesn't. He'd rather die than quit. If you make a fighter quit, he can't sleep in his bed. Trust me. Some fighters, in fact, if you make them quit, some of them commit suicide, bro. The suicide rate for fighters is high. I hope Billy Joe Saunders don't do that bullshit because I'm enjoying beating them down at this point. You know what I mean? Oh, here we go, Wesley. What's going on, Wes? What's it? Read this out, Daniel. What's Wesley saying?
Hearn said that the Agents of Fury fight would be announced next week. Saunders wasn't doing bad in the fight, but he felt the power from round 2. Billy Joe Saunders said if he was offered a guaranteed win, if he was offered a guaranteed win against Canelo no, you were never going to be offered a guaranteed win against Canelo.
Hell no.
I'm like, Chris Eubank is. Ali finished the fight with a broken. That just reminds me of Victor Ortiz when he quit against Josecito Lopez.
Oh yeah, exactly. There you go. There you see. We getting more modern now. See, Edge don't know about these fights, do you, Edge? Edge don't know about these fights here. You know what I mean? Exchange for the dying 2 days later. Oh yeah, this guy Billy is a waste man, bro. He's a waste man. I'm enjoying bombing on him. The UK barbecue's in effect, and that's what it is. And how many UK guys? Billy Joe Saunders on the fire as well, like Guy Fawkes.
Okay, no. Seriously though, if Josh Taylor loses to Ramirez, how is the UK going to react? How is the UK going to react if Taylor loses to Ramirez?
He's from Scotland. He's not from my neck of the woods, mate. He's from UK, but he's from Scotland. I don't care about him. He's gonna get beat up by Ramirez, and I'll be in there to join. I'll pick Ramirez from now.
Wait, so you say Taylor's from Scotland?
Yeah, he's from Scotland.
Oh shit,
it's-
man!
it's
Hopefully, no one from Scotland's not in the chat.
Listen,
Oh no,
the safety-
the Scots will probably say, "Don't worry, we don't like the English either."
Listen, the safety of the fighter is you teach them defense. Yeah, they should learn the good enough the defense. Yeah, to tie up, hold and maul and all them things there. And other than that, but end of the day, they try and get through the fight. But end of the day, the fighter is not. A lot of the time, the fighter is not thinking about their own safety. Yeah, but I agree. It's foremost to be on the mind of the trainers and everything like that. But most of the time, when it comes to these situations, you're trying to get the fighter through the situation. That's the whole point of a fighter. A fighter finds a way through. That's the reason why they're called fighters. They don't find a way out. They find a way through the adversity of what's in front of them. And sometimes they can't. But that adversity that Billy faced, bruv, he could have found his way through. Now the best UK fighter is Prince Patel.
Prince Patel, my God, I can't believe y'all brought that name up. I can't.
He's doing all right abroad though. He's doing all right abroad that he is in the UK actually. So he's won a couple of titles and he's a flyweight. He's really small in it. You know what I mean? Yeah, he ain't from here. But, Ramirez is gonna beat the hell out. I'll tell you why he's gonna beat the hell out of Taylor, Edge, and Daniel, and the rest of the guys listening. Is because he's no longer with the McGuigans no more. The McGuigans, right? For whatever reason, they picked and made sure that he was on top. When you lose that, like Frank Warren used to pick Billy Joe's opponents, right? When you lose these people looking after you, this is what happens. That's why Billy Joe got his ass beat, because he had no longer Frank Warren picking his opponents no more. You know what I mean? Right? And this is what's going to happen to thingy. He's with Ben Davis. Are you crazy?
But when you say
Ben
pick
Davis,
opponent, I mean Canelo's not a bad opponent to pick. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
No. But yeah, for a payday, and if you're a promoter, remember again, Edge, yeah? This is prize fighting, right? So you fight for the money. If you're a promoter, you're trying to get money from your fighter. So you're gonna put your fighter in a position where he can make you money and put him in the thing where if he wins, you can go on and control the board. But either way, Eddie doesn't lose because he's got Canelo, he got both. So Eddie doesn't care. Billy knew he was getting served up. He got served up straight away. The moment Eddie Hearn signed him, Eddie Hearn had plans for him to put you in a big fight. If you win, then we move on. If you lose, then brother, you just get back to the buck of the shovel. And that's what's happened, And that's you get him out of the books. Let's get him off the books, man. I don't need you no more. You've got a title. I move with Canelo. We go forward to Caleb Plant. If Billy would have won the fight, they would have said, look, they would have had a rematch, automatic rematch with Canelo. That would have happened, but that wouldn't happen. Joe Calzaghe, Josh Taylor's going to get spanked, man. He's going to get spanked. Josh Taylor's for real. Nah, he ain't for real no more. Nah. He lost the fight. In fact, he lost against Regis Progress, but because it was in London, he got the benefit of the doubt, bruv. He's gonna get punched up. He's gonna quit. He's gonna quit on his stall as well. Just
all these Brits getting spanked by Mexicans is just getting me shook now, man.
They're not the real deal.
It's making me waver my support for Taylor, man. I'm thinking Taylor might get his ass whooped, man. These Mexicans is coming over. They're coming into our backyard, stopping. They're not even winning by points. They're coming in there.
Oh,
Dad, you see the Lara fight?
Daniel,
you see the Lara fight?
That
was beautiful, with Daniel.
That
beating was beautiful, with it, Daniel. That beating just Wharton got from Lara. That was a smackdown of
we're just getting destroyed by Mexicans. They're just coming. They're not even names. They're just like unknown Mexicans coming over.
Bro, listen. Them man, they come. They're real fighters. If you don't know how to fight Latino fighters, then that's what your business. That's the whole point. You can't come out here and fight people and from different nations don't understand what you're dealing with. Like Kazakhstan has a style, African Americans have a style, Latino have a style. They don't joke around. They come to bring the heat. So he's just Wharton thought he was a Mexican, and he tried to fight that way. And he found a real Mexican that day, and he got bashed up. That's what happened. Go ahead, Daniel. Talk about that Josh Wharton fight, and talk about the Josh.
No, that Laura, they just came in and just want to take care of it now. Okay, I put Josh Wharton and Jose Ramirez in the same category where like they'll do good if they're in their hometown in many ways. Like as much as Josh Wharton needs the energy from the crowd in Leeds, Ramirez in many ways needs that energy from the crowd in Fresno. He's not in Fresno for this fight. And that's what's going to make it similar. If he doesn't have the appeal, first of all, like Top Rank, I don't know what the fuck they were doing when it comes to picking the old Hard Rock for the place into it. When you're telling people, oh, there's going to be 8,000 fans. There's only going to be 1,500 fans allowed. Mm-hmm. So you've already...
I think probably part of that negotiation is that Josh Taylor's like, nah, you're not doing it in Fresno. I don't mind going to the States, but you're not doing it in Fresno. And he's like, all right, where can we go? Pandemic. All right, let's put it here.
No,
you know
but the thing about it is,
Where they fighting?
they're fighting at the old Hard Rock hotels, called like the Virgin hotels now.
It's in America. It's in America though, right?
Yeah, it's in Vegas.
Isn't it?
That's he gonna get his ass whipped. He's gonna get his ass whipped, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like when they were trying to say they were going to try to say fit 8,000 people, and they were hoping like to get at least like half of that beat from the UK. They landed to a place where they're only going to allow 1,500 people, and that's where they're going to have their next 3 major cards top rank. Yeah, and that's like I said, that's a bad business move at that front. And like I said, but if it's that less people, I don't know if Ramirez can pull off from the crowd against somebody like Taylor. That's what I'm saying. Like if he winds up beating Taylor, that's going to be interesting. That is going to be a very, very interesting tell because.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because because you know what, EJ made a good point as well, man. Because when Taylor left Shane McGuigan, like so far, every fighter that's left Shane McGuigan has been worse.
There you go.
Than when they were with him before that.
There you go.
Edge's
a smart guy. Edge's a smart guy. My man. Super. If you don't know Super Yusuf Kamari, yeah, he's coming. He's a Mexican. Yeah, Super Yusuf Kamari. He got slippery stars like James Toney. He's very, very awkward. So if you ain't check him out, check out Super Kamari. He was on the undercard of the Dillian White Povetkin 2. It's here on YouTube. Go check it out. So listen to this, right? You got to understand about matchmaking. My man Zab knows what he's talking about, right? Certain trainers, certain fighters, they go together. The McGuigans built Carl Frampton from scratch. They built Josh Taylor from scratch. This is from the amateurs. They guided their career. They feel like they didn't need him more. Look what happened when Carl Frampton left Baron McGuigan. He got stopped by Maheron and he got bashed up by Josh Warrington. This is after he got trained by Jamie Moore because he got MTK, right? Now Josh Taylor has left the McGuigans, right? And he's trained by Ben Davis. Ben Davis Fury is the one who gave Ben Davis the credit. And also Andy Lee. Andy Lee knows boxing. Ben Davis don't know ish about boxing, for real. He's just a hang-on, right? And all I'm going to say to you is this there. It's going to be one of the worst beatings you've ever seen. I'll tell you that right now. Round 10, he's going to be busted up because you see Ramirez, when he's got the Garcias over there, the Garcia family, they know boxing. Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, he's got his dad Eduardo, all of them, right? They know boxing, yeah? When they come in over there, them man are going to pull it on him. They know how to break you down. The only thing is, yeah, is that with Josh Taylor, it's going to take a while. But with Ben Davis, he's got no shot. He's got no shot. If it would have been better if he went with Freddie Roach, but even then, I just don't think he got no shot of beating because the McGuigans, again, they pick certain opponents' thing. This is a fight where Ramirez is top. He's one of the top boys there. He's been fighting good opposition, very good, solid opposition. So I don't think Josh Taylor is going to win that fight because just by the Regis Progress fight, it was just so close. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't think he got that. And I think to myself, Ramirez, yeah, if you put Ramirez in against Regis Progress, what do you think happens? Anyone? I think Ramirez beats Progress pretty bad.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Rougarou still has some pop, but granted, like a lot of his things were damaged because of that Triller fiasco. Granted, it was not his fault. That was just Red Cash.
He's an okay fighter, but he's not a great fighter.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's a fighter that needs the crowd. That's why I say he's like Warrington. Like he's a fighter that needs the crowd.
Yeah, he's not a great, like, you know what I mean? Like if Josh Taylor's a better skillful boxer than Ramirez is, that's why I give Josh Taylor a chance. But the way these Mexicans are just destroying us Brits right now, I just don't know, man.
Okay.
I just got a feeling that Josh Taylor's just going to get his ass beat. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. I know how the Laura reaction was against Warrington. Then how badly was it when, I forgot what card was it? It was the I think it was Shazora Parker. Like the first fight they had, like this kid from Belfast. And then
Tennyson. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Tennyson.
Yeah, and this kid gets mollywopped in the first round.
He gets destroyed, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I was like.
What happened to African boy? What happened to African boy earlier on? I didn't see it. African boy versus the English boy earlier on. Anyone know?
Which one's that one?
The fight earlier on, there was an African boy, Solomon Barrow or whatever, versus.
Oh no, yeah, he won. He won.
Who won? Who won?
Mubarak won.
Because you know Eddie Hearn, yeah, he got this thing about getting these guys in the UK. All the guys look like him. Darren Barker, that guy, they all look like Eddie Hearn. I don't know what Eddie Hearn ain't got no clue. You know, he didn't even want to sign Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua had to wait go a year. He sent him off for a year, and Anthony Joshua came back and he said, "Oh, I'll sign him." Eddie Hearn got no clue. He go, why are you giving these guys? Yeah, these guys. Oh, listen, look at him.
No, no, because he said that I want you to go and make a decision yourself. I want you to go around, take your time, make your decision.
He didn't want to sign him, Edge. He didn't want to sign him. He's told, what kind of man would send a man like Anthony Joshua, a gold medalist, and say, I want you to go where? Go where? What's he talking about? And his dad told him, sign him, he's a heavyweight. Let's see what happens anyway. He never believed him because his dad told him, you need to find characters like Shannon Courtney. Imagine that you're sending away gold. And even Joshua Boatsy, treat Joshua Boatsy like rubbish. Anthony Joshua was the one who got Joshua Boatsy and Lawrence Okolie. If it wasn't because of that, Eddie would have never signed him. In fact, he turned away Nicola Adams as well, the two-time gold medalist. The woman got big. She got more credentials than bloody Katie Taylor. He turned her away. I mean, come on, bro. Like Eddie.
But he said he wasn't really keen on women's boxing. Really,
all Eddie wants, is other people's leftovers. Delohe done all the groundwork with Canelo. Eddie jumps in. What about the Scottish guy? What's his name again? Ricky Burns. Frank Warren done all the heavy lifting. Eddie Hearn comes take him over. That's all he does. That's all Eddie does is take.
But they say but he didn't want to sign Tyson Fury either.
One of the biggest mistakes Eddie Hearn ever did in his career ever is when he made Anthony Joshua fight Andy Ruiz. One of the biggest mistakes ever. You go to New York instead of just backing out and say, you know what, it's not happening. You know, you put him with a guy that you looked at his belly and said, oh, man, I should be able to beat him easy. Look at the state of him. And look what happened to that. You know, never judge a book by its cover, you know? It should be a great fight. I agree. It should be a great fight. Oh, here we go. He's back again.
Get Taylor. Yeah, he's trying to become undisputed. Yeah, Serge Ramirez.
Yeah. Undisputed.
Yeah, but like end of the day, like people like the thing is, I don't understand why people criticize Andrade. Yeah, Andrade, people like Canelo say, oh, who have you fought? Like Andrade is coming to your press conference saying he wants to fight you because he thinks that you are the best. And then you're criticizing him saying he ain't fought nobody. Well, let him fight you and then he's fought somebody. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you can't win. You can't win.
Well, here's the thing. And here's the thing, unfortunately, when you look at it this way. And this is, unfortunately, you have to go full-blown business on it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're letting business get in the way. Like you can't. Like the thing is, you can't. Like this is what I don't understand is the double standards. Yeah, like for fighters to get fight names, the names has to fight the guys. Do you know what I mean? So you can't refuse to fight Andrade, and then because all the names refuse to fight Andrade, he has to fight what's left, and then you go and say, oh, he ain't fought nobody. Well, fight him then, and then he's fought somebody. But you can't criticize Andrade for trying to get the big fights.
Oh no, that part I understand. That's the part I respect because he, like I said, he did what Laura did in that press conference. He did what Thurman did against Malignaggi. Like there's a precedent set in people trying to do it. The problem, unfortunately, is like I said, it's the business side, and in a Canelo Andrade promotion, Canelo has to pull all the weight because that's outside of Rhode Island and part of Connecticut and Massachusetts.
Let me answer my man's question. Yeah, he makes you money, but legacy is the one what's going to finish your career. A fighter needs a defining fight. Everyone's going to make money. Money is a given. You know what I'm saying? You're a TV fighter, you're making money. But in terms of legacy fights, bro, the fights that you're supposed to win, I don't think these fights are a lot of the fighters they're not being built to win. And to last, you get a fighter, right? Give example, you get him a world championship, but he should be able to, when he wins the championship, he'll be able to defend the belt against all comers. You know what I mean? Number one contenders, voluntaries, and all that stuff there. And you see what happens in the UK, and this is what's happening. Edge brightly brings it up. The UK is getting battered. As soon as they step up out of it, they're getting smacked apart against other people, and Edge is worried about this stuff. But this is why I said I don't run the flag. The flag's not there. For you, fighter, right? And this is a key for everyone listening. For your fighter to get over the thing, you need to invest money. If I give you an example, when Mike Tyson was an amateur, they invested thousands of pounds on him, dollars, sorry, right? When he fought professional fighters, right? Professional fighters when he was an amateur, when he was doing for the Junior Olympics, right? Then when he became a pro, right, they invested even more money on top contenders. They put him in there with, right? Then, because reason why that is because when he got in there, he wouldn't be out of his depth. That's what boxing's about. The professional game is about investing money. So if you win money, you have to invest money on top-notch sparring partners. Yeah, that's what the boxing's about, right? And this is what I'm saying to you. Like, I bomb on people because in the professional game, that's what you got to do. You got to bring people in. When Mayweather came out of jail, who's the first person he sparred? It was Errol Spence, the #1 contender. Why? To keep him sharp, and he had bad spars, but he kept on going back in there, and he needed that to keep him sharp. Look at Larry Muhammad Ali's camp when Larry Holmes was there. Look at Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko had in his camp. Listen, I tell you, I kid you not. Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Dillian White. They were all at his camp. I was talking to Mr. Bashir.
He had Tyson Fury there as well.
But that's
a good point.
The reason why that is Edge, is because Vladimir needed the other on top to keep him on top. That's what I'm saying, because he had the money to bring them over, and this is what he invested the money back into thing. It's like what's his name? LeBron James. He invested his money after training, money back into his body, and this is what the professional game is about. You can't get the money and spend it. You need to invest it back wisely, back into what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Back into your spot. But you have to your training team, has to do that. And if you look at Canelo, and he's got Andy Ruiz over there. So now when you bring these people in like Andy Ruiz and you got Ryan Garcia, now you've got top-notch sparring there in your camp, so you don't need to probably pay all that money out, but this is what Canelo does. That's why you stay on top. This professional boxing is not like the amateurs, is some serious shit. You know what I mean? And I realize at the top of the end, the people at the top of the end is because they have money. If you look at Felix Cash, right, and this is domestic, right? Felix Cash, when he fought the kid for the British belt, I don't know what his name is, right? Either he went to America and he's got top sparring over there in his training camp over there in Essex. So you don't have to go nowhere, and that's what boxing's about. And it's clear as that. Go ahead. You want to say something? Go ahead. Anyone want to say anything?
I'm reading the comments right now, and then that's probably the fight that should be the logical one to make, like Maul versus Andrade. That should be the logical fight to make for them too, because it's a unification fight. They're both at middleweight.
But I think it's down to the boxing organizations as well, because this is the same thing which is happening with the Mayweather effect. And it's also the similar thing what's happening with Anthony Joshua as well, is because the reason why the fights are not getting made at middleweight and other things is because they're waiting to see what Canelo is going to do. Okay, we're waiting until Canelo is going to do. And also as well is that people don't want to risk their own fighting another tough competitor, because they think if they lose, then they won't get the Canelo fight down the line. And that's one of the problems that they have as well, is that they're worried that they're going to lose the Canelo payday if they lose to another tough opponent. And I think that what they need to do is say, you know what, get Canelo out of it. We need these fights. You're not going to get paid until you fight Andrade. You're not going to get paid until Andrade fights Triple G. Like Triple G wants to fight Murata, and he wants to fight another mandatory. They should go to Triple G. Fine, we're not going to be paying you this money unless you fight Andrade. If you don't fight Andrade, we're going to give you 1 million. If you fight Andrade, we'll give you 10.
No, they don't work like that.
No, it's guaranteed money. No, with Golovkin. No. The thing is, Triple G's contract has a lot of leverage that they gave him. Unfortunately,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. This is the problem. It's not
the problem. You earn the right. No, this is what I'm saying to you. When you get to the top of the mountain, you earn the right. You control the chessboard. This is a game of chess.
When you say
this is not about pleasing the fans, bro.
He lost to Canelo twice.
Yeah, but he still. Yeah, hold on. When he lost, when he lost to Canelo, right? He still controls the chessboard. They still had belts. So what I'm trying to say to you, he got belts back. What I'm trying to say to you, and this is what you need to understand, right? When you're at the top of the chessboard, like Triple G is, he knows his legs are going, right? And the people around him, what's the guy's name who runs him, Daniel? What's his manager's name again?
Tom Loeffler.
Yeah, Tom Loeffler, right? They know he's at the end of it. They need to get their money because Loeffler hasn't got. I don't think Loeffler's got any other guy coming. They're gonna keep him there. They're gonna keep making money against nobodies, and that's what they're gonna drain him out until ever.
Yeah, but that's not good for the network.
They don't listen. And you see nothing about Triple G, right? When it's all said and done, it's a shame, right? Because they had it was built up because he's gonna be better. He had a better resume, a haggler, and all that rubbish, and he's tight with the fences and all that rubbish. Because you're not undisputed, right? First and foremost, so we don't want to hear that bullshit about you're undisputed and a haggler. You're gonna do haggler's record. We don't want to hear your bullshit fights against Maradi and hope. I hope that Japanese guy puts it on him and smashes him up, right? But what I'm saying about Triple G and these guys, yeah, end of the day, you don't want to be great because there's some great guys in your division, and you're clearly Andrade over there. You got the Charlos, clearly some good contenders in your division that you can sit and beat, or maybe beat and go into the Hall of Fame. You go there, beat Andrade undefeated. You go there and beat Boo Boo as well. Charlo and Andrade. If you beat both of them, you can book yourself in the Hall of Fame. But right now, you're not there. You're not even in a great middleweight right now. You know what I mean? Do you even want to be great? So, end of the day, Edge, don't worry about what Triple G's doing. If he wants to go ahead and fight these guys, one of these guys are gonna beat him. One of them Japanese guys is gonna probably beat him because he's gonna take his eye off the ball and probably underestimate him. I like Jonathan Banks actually. Jonathan Banks is training him, but at the same time, yeah, iron sharpens iron. You can't be there fighting whack opponents, as you've seen in this boxing. You know what I mean? And Triple G, if he wants to fight that Japanese guy, we're gonna watch the fight, but he's just gonna keep getting criticized by the critics and us. So don't worry about it. If you think Boo Boo Andrade is that guy, then Boo Boo at this point, what does Boo Boo need to do? You tell me what he needs to do to be great, because he's not gonna get the Canelo fight.
What? Like Charlo is already trying to figure it out. Like he has to think 5 moves ahead. And this is what I said to Andrade beforehand, because I said this is what I've not said to Andrade like I'm talking to him. I said this is what I said he should do. Okay. If I was Andrade, I'll move up. Like if he really wants to fight, I'll move up 2 weight divisions. I'll move up to 170. I'll move up to 174. I'll fight for a belt 174 and win a title 174. Because when he beats Claire Plant, he's gonna want to move up. And then when he moves up, Andrade goes, all right, you have to fight me. I got the belt. You're telling me who I fought? I fought for a belt in a higher weight division. I'm a 3-weight world champion.
Mm-hmm. The problem is,
and then he has to force it. And that's what Billy Joe did. Billy Joe was smart because he knew when he's at 160, because he's been trying to call out thing for the longest. And then he went and got about 168 because he knew that Canelo was going to move up to 168. So he said, okay, fine. When you move up to 168, I'm going to be right there. And that's why he got the fight with Canelo, because he moved up to 168. So Andrade needs to do up to 174. That's what he needs to do. If he really wants to fight with Canelo and makes that fight happen, that's what he needs to do. He has to do a chess move. Simple as that.
The problem is, I don't think he can beat anybody at 175. Berturbiev will knock him out.
But he needs to find the weakest opponent at 174. The weakest is it 174, 175?
175. Like the weakest opponent you can technically say right now is Joe Smith.
168.
Yeah. So he needs to fight
168. We talk about 168.
And they're trying to make Joe Smith versus Jacobs. If I was on Andrade, I would say I would jump in and go, okay, give me Joe Smith at 175 now. Give me Joe Smith at 175. I'll move up to 175 and I'll fight Joe Smith. Joe Smith. Beat Joe Smith at 175.
Yeah.
And then that will and then after that fight, I'll go, Canelo, you asked me who I fought.
I think Andrade.
And they call him out on it.
Andrade's been a pro longer than he's been a pro just as long as Canelo, right? And a lot of them guys, they're waiting to see what Canelo doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, exactly.
And that you want to think. But the thing is, they're not gonna pick. He's not someone you'd pick. You know what I'm saying? See, this is what I'm saying. People understand. Yeah, Canelo picks guys. He's training picks fights to make him look good. They're not gonna pick a fight. This is why Roy Jones knocked out Antonio Tarver, because Roy never picked Tarver. You know what I mean? It wasn't a fight that he wanted to fight. His Tarver forced the issue. When he did fight him, Roy had a difficult time with him because stylistically, that's not the fight I'd wanted. But Bob Arum's, what's his name again? Don King said, we should fight him. And he goes, all right, you really think so? He goes, yeah, you fight him. But you're really smart about it. You pick guys that are going to make you look good. That's what Roy Jones does. That's what you do in this game. You pick guys, and you don't pick guys that don't make you look bad. So what I'm trying to say to you is that, yes, let's be real, right? Andrade could beat Canelo. Let's be real with it. He could beat him, right? He could beat him. But would it be good for boxing? Is that what the fans want? Is that the fight that the fans are dying and cramming for? No.
But then a win will make it or get the demand. It's like when Anthony Joshua, when Andy Ruiz the first fight. No one didn't want that fight. He was a replacement. He was a replacement for Gerald Miller. No one didn't want that fight. They were saying, he's fat, he's this, blah, blah, blah.
But look what he did with it.
As soon as he won, then all of a sudden everyone was making that second fight made it one of the biggest fights.
But hold on. Let's go back. Let's revise that. Was he why was he picked? He was picked because the way he looked like a slob.
That's what I'm saying. He was a late replacement.
And Eddie Hearn was trying to embarrass Wilder and then on coming to America, we're bigger. And he was trying to do stupid things when really they didn't need to do anything. They stayed in England and carried on. And why did Eddie Hearn's an idiot? Right? He's a bloody idiot. That's why I gotta keep an eye on him. He might make you money, but he makes mad mistakes as well as a fool. Because Andy Joshua was trying to fight Big Baby Miller. The man said something about his mum. This, that, the other. Andy Joshua was all focused on him, and that guy pulled out. They should have pulled the plug and said, "Look, we're going back to the UK, and that's it." They should have done with it. Why did you have to stay in America any longer than you did? Fought this the fattest guy out there, but we go there.
But you have to keep it real. Like,
let me tell you, Andy Joshua will still be undefeated right now if that never happened. But it was good for boxing.
Yeah, but you just don't know what's on that. Like, who would have known that Andy Ruiz would have got a lucky shot like that?
Joshua's radar, man. He was never on Andy Joshua's radar.
Yeah, exactly. Ever. But that's why I'm trying to say. That's why guys lose edge in the professional game, because now go back to Billy Joe Saunders. Every guy that he faced and picked, they got Eubank laughing his head off, man. They got Eubank laughing his head off. Eubank's I know, that's what I mean.
He's a waste man.
Eubank's
a waste man, though. Why is he laughing for when your eyes got popped out when Billy Joe's beat? Look at this guy. Look at this I don't even like that stuff. I don't know what he's laughing at. You ain't done nothing either. I don't know. What's Billy Joe? Look at this though. Look at Billy Joe Saunders.
He's a great fighter, and
he's talking about Daniel Dubois. Let me put this on the screen though, so you can get the context of him mocking Daniel Dubois. So I'm gonna put a picture of Billy Joe Saunders, with his eye popping out of his head. All right, there we go. I'll put that on, and I'm gonna play this clip here. Let's listen to him talk about Daniel Dubois.
Can people stop talking about Triple D now? Like, he's a great fighter, and I believed, and I also said to Sam Jones, and I said to people off in Daniel's team, if it goes past the first, going to be the first half, it was going to be Daniel Dubois. But look, let's give the man some respect. Give him some respect. He's won a silver medal for our country. His British, Commonwealth and European title. He stepped up to the mark. He stepped up to that mark and he took it. He took his chance. He was against all the odds. He was against, the rival promotion, really. Frank wanted these man to win. Let's just give the man credit. Let's see who Joe Joyce is fighting next. Let's look forward to Joe Joyce's next big payday. Let's look forward to who is he fighting. I want to see him fight Usyk, Derek Chisora, another one. That's a big fight, Del Boy Chisora. But just give the man some credit. Look, Daniel Dubois can come again. He can come again. But last night I was not shocked. But you don't. Fighters go out on that. You get in that ring. People know what it's like to walk in that ring, and
you know, who fights and know what it takes to get inside them ropes. I'm never going to criticise a man if he was seriously injured or whatever has he done. But, you know, get carried out the ring, brother. Get carried out the ring. You know, it's not all give knocking people unconscious and then your eye goes and then you want to get out. You know, I've got all the time in the world for Triple D, and he can come again, but it's going to take a long road back from that.
You hear that? You hear this guy? Go out on your shield. This is what this guy was talking about. You heard it yourself.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying to you. You see, talking that smoke. Now look at you now. Yeah. Look at you now, bruv.
Yep, exactly.
He was talking reckless.
All the heat. He's gonna get all the heat.
He was talking
all the heat.
Look at that. He's talking reckless. Go on. See that? I mean, listen. See, your words in the social media era can kill you. It can kill you. You see how quickly someone drawed that back up? They're just gonna throw it right in his face. See, Daniel Dubois done all right. Yeah, he done all right. Yeah, he quit. Right, he gave up. But bruv, he took a lot of beating. He didn't give up of the first damage. He kept on going, and they almost smashed him apart. You know what I mean? And look at you, did the first injury you got, you tasted it. You look at you, ran out the back door. You got nothing on Daniel Dubois. He's got a bigger heart than you, mate. Say that for free.
But that's what I'm saying, man. He's undefeated. He has never been in the ring with somebody like Canelo, and he's never felt that kind of pain before. People don't understand, like, until you get in that situation, how you're going to react. And it's easy for people to say,
why talk? That's why I talk the
smoke. I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't criticize people when they quit if they have an injury or this and this, because people, unless you're in that situation, these fighters always say, "Oh, I would die in the ring. I would die in the ring." And then as soon as they get an eye injury, they realize that shit is real.
Wilder, I tell you what, Wilder's, but that shows Wilder's pretty brave then, because that's what Wilder was on, right? Wilder was willing to die in the ring. He was bleeding out of his ear and all that, and he was still the man still waiting to continue, right? So that's
but then those people, I haven't got bravery. I haven't got an issue with people's bravery, but I just don't like when people are talking, saying, like, if you talk it, you better live it.
Talk it, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you talk it and then you do the same shit that you was criticizing that guy for, then don't be surprised the backlash you're gonna get. Because social media is undefeated.
Oh, so far, yeah, well, it is, and that's why Edge. You need to get rid of the Union Jack off your back, off your teeth. Yeah, you need to get it off your wall, tear it down. In this boxing thing, you know, groups and stuff like that. Let me tell you something, right?
I got hope for Josh Taylor. I got hope for him, man.
I've been on this YouTube thing for the longest. Yeah, I can't remember years, right? And one thing I came on here, like everyone else, so I know, I came there fan of that Shane Mosley and, you know, Ray Jones and Mayweather, right? They're my three top guys, yeah. And I was a big fan of Mike Tyson, yeah. And every one of them apart from Mayweather has been tasted in the beats. And Mayweather got an L recently. He first got his first L when that youngster took his hat off his head. That was an L. That was an L. That was an L. Yeah. That was an L. Look at this. That's an L. Look at this. And then you put Mayweather, and he's got Mayweather looking like a crackhead on the street, right? So that's an L, right? That's what I'm saying. So Mayweather's first defeat, not in the ring, right? Outside the ring, got Mayweather looking like a madman, right? No, what I'm saying to you is that every one of my guys that I loved, I liked at the time, they all went down. All of them went down. And how they went down, like Ray Jones getting knocked out time and time again. I mean, it's painful. Mike Tyson beat down until eventually, you know, he loses against McBride. Bad. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather was the only one in the ring, really. You ain't really got him now. If anything, he beat up bloody Conor McGregor. Great stuff. But let me say this, you never know how life is gonna treat you. But you can't be out here.
That picture's terrible, man.
Floyd, look, how many people did Floyd? You know when I see this picture of, you know when I see this picture of Floyd, how many people did Floyd clown and troll and, you know, make a fool of? And you let these young kids, yeah, come and mock you. And the guy is saying, look, the guy tattooed, I got your hat. I mean, that there. I mean, to be fair, it's nothing. But as a grown man, yeah, like these guys of like nerds, yeah, it's like they're like jackass. You know, they look like the kids of Jackass. They're gonna come up to you. Why did you even put them in your sphere, in your rapper sphere? You've made them famous. Floyd should
look, man. Look, and the day. Look,
I'm still talking. Someone in his team should have told him, Floyd, don't fight these guys. Because why not? Because these guys are trolls. Even if you beat them, yeah, you're not gonna get thing. Because now I want to beat them up. They're talking reckless. I want, I'm just gonna make things. You've never ever gone down this road with these kids. They're a bunch of kids, and you know what? And you know what's funny thing about it? I won't be surprised. Come to the fight, they're gonna pull out. They trolled the hell out of him. Extremely childish. Exactly, they're extremely childish. I would never put myself in their fear. I would never talk about their name, and that's why Conor McGregor ignoring them. I want to fight Conor McGregor. I want to fight this guy. Do not look at Ben Askren. He's a credible, wrestler, Olympic wrestler. Look how he got embarrassed by the younger brother. Floyd. I reckon Floyd probably gonna get embarrassed by one of these guys. He might get flawed or anything, and his legacy is gonna be tarnished. I mean, I would never put myself in there. Go ahead, Edge. You want to say something?
Look, I can understand the reasons why, like, Mayweather would do it, because let's face it, man. I'll keep it real, man. If someone's offering, said I could potentially get 100 million to fight Logan Paul, even though I'm not like a professional boxer, I'll say fuck it, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean? So and it makes money, it makes financial sense, like in that aspect of it. And all these boxers are saying, oh, it's terrible, it's terrible, it's terrible. Let's keep it real. These fighters are getting 500K, 200K, maybe a mil.
Credible though. It's credible though.
They got offered to fight Jake Paul for a lot of money. They will take it in a heart.
Yeah.
Keep it real.
Yeah, but listen to this, right? Listen to this. Muhammad Ali, as you know, yeah, he fought was Anoki, right? The Japanese, right? Kicked the shit out of his legs. Was it worth? Like Vince McMahon organized that, right? Now, in hindsight, who was there telling Ali, why are you going against a wrestler? You're a boxer. This is silly. Nah, don't worry, I'll go in there, clown it. That guy kicked the shit out of Ali's legs and embarrassed him. Ali had blood. That's what caused Ali to take the pills. Then when he fought Holmes later on, that's why Ali got bust up. Ali should never been in the ring with him. Should never been in the ring with him. And that's what I'm trying to say. These sort of things where Mayweather getting his hat took off his head, walking around with his face looking like a zombie apocalypse, yeah? I mean, bro, if that doesn't make you think like, Mayweather, because, he's supposed to be an adult. Because listen, Mayweather, what are you doing? Because he's controlling, used to everything his own way. He's a millionaire, but these guys are rich kids as well. In fact, they're rich and they're younger than you. They know how to troll the heck out of you. You know what I mean? Boxing, you should. If I was Mayweather, I'd call that fight off. Say I ain't gonna fight this kid. And you know what I do? You know what I do? I'll catch them on road. I call the fight off and I catch them on road and do something to them. That's
the thing is.
I ain't gonna bring them in my boxing circle and have them embarrass me like that again. No.
The thing is, Mayweather needs the money, man. When you're spending 18 million pounds on a watch, man, that money's gonna go quick. He needs the money, man.
Mercer and James Toney did not have to. Yeah, they didn't have to be in the cage. You know what I mean? Ray Mercer and James Toney didn't have to be in the cage. What you can't? What do you mean? Mayweather's got money, bro. You trying to tell me Mayweather couldn't generate money fighting anyone else? He could generate money fighting Errol Spence. He don't have to fight these guys.
Come on, man. Like, what? Come on, fit. Fight a monster like Errol Spence.
Hold on. If
Manny
Pacquiao, a Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao rematch could generate that much money. What are you talking about?
Yeah, come on, he's not gonna fight Manny Pacquiao or then rather fight Jake Paul. Come on.
I would, yeah, but he's better. He's more credible, bro. Why would you?
Yeah, but he doesn't care about credit. He's retired. He's not even a proper fight. It's an exhibition.
No, there's no such thing.
It's a 6-rounder.
It's not. It's not. It's a freaking 12 round. What are you talking about?
No. It's an exhibition fight, 6-rounder. It's the same like that Japanese dude.
There's no exhibition about it, man. Mayweather's gonna beat the brakes off the kid.
Probably, yeah, but it's an exhibition. It's not. He made it clear it's the same like that Japanese dude, 6-rounder exhibition fight.
Right,
that's basically what it is.
Did that look like exhibition? It looked like an ass whooping to me.
Probably, but like if you can have a choice to fight Manny Pacquiao in a 12-round tough fight, you know, where you actually have to train.
That a Manny Pacquiao fight would generate enough, would generate the money.
Yeah, no, but it's all about work. It's all about the work.
No, you just said about the you already said that you just said the money, like. But listen,
yeah, but Mayweather is all about working smarter, not harder. That's his
but he's obviously not smart because this guy's trolled him, made him look like a Franken. No one's ever had a picture like that. Mayweather looks like a mad dog. Looks like a
probably,
mad
but he doesn't care about embarrassment, man.
Why? Oh yeah, he does. Oh
his
yeah,
money made, man. His money made.
Nah, bruv, you think he wants to have means of his? You see what it is? Remember they used to have the Michael Jordan face. Now that's gone. Now that's gone. You know what you got here? That you got the Mayweather face. That's the one everyone's trolling him. That's the face they got out here. That's the one they're using now. This one here. Look at this hair looking crazy. Hairline gray. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I mean, allow that, bruv. Yeah, bro. I'm just anyway. You know what? I want to say. All right, let's do last words on this Billy Joe Saunders thing. What does Billy Joe Saunders do now, Edge?
I think he should fight on, but I don't know if he will fight on because that was devastating loss for him, man. It was devastating. You know, like after everything that he's been saying, all the shit that he's been talking, everything, you know, especially like what he said about, you know, I'm gonna go, you know, I'll rather die than, you know, than quit. You know what I mean? Then like I don't know, man. I don't know if he can live it down. Do you know what I mean? He was crying. He was crying on that stool. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think he should fight on because at the end of the day, you know, like, you know, one loss doesn't define you, but I don't know if he's got the will to continue fighting. You know, he did say that after Canelo, he's like, I don't know if he's gonna fight anymore. So I don't know.
There you go. He's looking to retire. Yeah, exactly. Daniel, what do you think he should do? Daniel there? Daniel's still there. Daniel, I guess he's not there. Well, listen, my man called him a cokehead. Yeah, bro. Wait, listen, he needs to get the hell out of Dodge, right? Boxing's a serious sport. You know, hopefully his eye is okay. He's not as bad as he you know, is made out to be. And you know, sit down with your family and just say, yo, I don't need to do nothing no more. You're not no Hall of Famer. You're not achieving nothing. The Eubank fight, I wouldn't go there. You know, just leave it as it is. And you got paid for your biggest ever payday, $3 million. And that's it. You don't need to do anything no more. You go around and do commentary. You know, England, over UK, they're going to say, oh, you did brave, you did well, and this, that, the other. But it really, you know, in your heart that, you know, people will look at you never as a real fighter. You know, I remember they said about Eubank, he's a fraud. And Eubank went up there and fought Carl Thomas twice, right? And got battered. No one could ever say that about him. Even in his losses, Eubank Senior, people had respect for him, which is a shame. Billy Joe Saunders in his losses, the manner of the loss, is to me, it's what you expect. You run your mouth in this sport. See what they said, people with big mouths have hollow insides or something like that, and that's what it shows to me. Big, hollow, using all these advantages of the ringside, your dad, and all that. And you know, you got to sit there inside yourself and say, I got smacked up. You know, you didn't show the champ, you know, real credit after, you know, you touch his glove and say, yeah, good. And he was like, all right, cool. And that was it. You was out the ring, you know, and that's it. I think you need to retire. And, you know, I don't really miss Billy Joe Saunders. I ain't gonna lie. You know, go on for unification, better for boxing. Josh Taylor, your ass whipping's coming soon. Just letting you know, you're gonna get punched up as well. Real soon by Ramirez. And he's probably gonna end up on his stool as well. He's gonna be put on his head. With Ben Davis pulling, the MTK guys, yeah, are gonna fall. They're falling by the wayside. Josh Taylor's next, and then Tyson Fury is gonna be the next one after. And this boxing thing is unkind. Daniel, you still there? All right, cool. All right, I'm EJ. There you go, Daniel. You gonna say something? Go ahead, Daniel.
Nah, I'm about to head out there because it's 3:00 in the morning here.
Yeah, you got it as well. All right, Daniel, cool, man. Appreciate you coming over, Daniel. I ain't told Daniel for years. Edge, as always. Hey, make sure you subscribe to Edge No 50 TV if you haven't already. My man Daniel Carpentier, he does a podcast over there on Power Pound Boxing Report with my man Michael. Make sure you go check it out. Daniel, anything else you on?
Not much at the moment. I'm tired. I need to get some sleep.
Okay, don't worry about it. Hey, for everyone who came into the chat, man, I much appreciate everyone in coming to the chat. Billy Joe Saunders, Billy the Quitter. Yeah, he's been known as a quitter. Yeah, he'd be known as a quitter. That's how he's going to be known. And that's it. Andre should fight someone. Yeah, he should fight. That's what I said. I said the same thing. In the meantime, it was a great night of boxing. Billy Joe Saunders. Actually, you know what, Billy? I'll do you a favor, Billy. I'll let you go out with your interview that I gave you, and just leave it as that. Peace out. Peace out to everyone who came through the chat, man.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out. Peace.
EJ Boxing live here with Billy Joe Saunders. What are you gonna say to Billy? What I'd like to put out.
Come here, you got to get this fin there.
Good. What do you want to say?
How do you feel this man is going to be taking over your business?
What are you talking about? This is room for everyone.
Yeah, but he's going to be taking the full business. Come here.
This guy.
Don't go nowhere. Come here. Come here. Come here, Ribbit.
This guy. All right, back to it. Billy, what do you want to say to the critics of you? You've got a lot of critics on social media coming out and saying certain things.
I like to say to them, suck Morse's penis.
No, but on the reals, yeah. Ideally, you'd probably want to fight Canelo out of the two.
Do you know what? Either I don't mind. I generally don't mind. I would like Golovkin to fight Golovkin because everyone raves on about him, and I know that he's not invincible. So it'd be nice to be the first man to take him out of the game. But if Canelo's going to do it, then good.